Houston's known for a lot. Great rodeo, amazing barbecue, really good sports teams. You know what they should get known for? Is this restaurant scene. Like this joint, Weights and Measures.
We were original investors in it. After 5 years, the chef that was one of the partners decided to retire. And I said, Catherine, we're going to take over Weights and Measures.
Which also meant Chef Fernando Rios went from assistant to taking over the kitchen.
We said, this is your time. Whatever you produce, whatever you want.
Roasted carrot pizza up.
Roasted carrot pizza is my absolute favorite dish.
It's unexpected in the best way possible.
That's what we're gonna eat, is a roasted carrot pizza?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into it, Chef. Dough first.
High gluten flour, starter dough that we use for natural yeast.
So this was from yesterday?
Yes, sir. Water, sugar, salt, a little bit more yeast.
Little olive oil, got it. Let this go for about 15 minutes.
Yes.
And are we letting this proof overnight?
Yes, we do.
Knock it down, portion it, let it develop for 24 hours,
Yes.
and then go. All right, this is weird. That looks like pepperoni.
A little salt and pepper, orange zest, honey,
We just met each other. He's calling me honey already.
butter, orange juice,
This gets weirder as it goes.
little olive oil.
In the oven.
Give or take 20 minutes.
Okay, this I gotta see. I'm gonna see it.
Now we're gonna do the dukkha.
The what?
Dukkha's a Moroccan spice.
Okay.
Some almonds, some sesame seeds, cumin, some hazelnuts, black peppercorn, coriander, fennel.
Are we gonna cook this all in the wood-fired oven also?
Yes,
How long?
10 minutes.
Love the way you roll. When those get done, what are we gonna do?
Grind up the spices to make the dukkha.
We had the salt and pepper, paprika.
That's it. That's the garnish for the pizza.
I need more dukkha in my life. This is one interesting pie.
So we get the pizza dough, get it stretched out.
French sous vide.
Gruyere cheese, roasted carrots, a little Fresno pepper for heat.
Why not? Crazy pizza.
You're gonna put it in the oven and then cook it for about like 9 minutes.
Look at that.
So I put it on a napkin to get the ashes out a little bit.
I've never seen that.
Little dukkha.
I am lost. We have to talk. Outstanding. The tang of the Gruyere, the sweetness of the caramelized carrot, the spice of the Fresno. Without the dukkha, you sprinkle on like pixie dust. Wouldn't be a shame. It's giving me goosebumps. That is probably in the top 3 most unique pizzas I've ever had in my life. Like,
Roasted carrot pizza coming out.
The spices and the carrot combination are amazing.
Nobody believes you. Carrot pizza? That does not sound good. I'm like, you have to try it.
I tried it just because I wanted to prove it wrong. I was proved wrong. I love the story, the fact that they took over the restaurant, do it with such passion, hand the kitchen over to you. Excellent, man. I didn't expect this. You should be very proud of yourself, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
Really
it.
accomplished. You know, we know they got great food. We know they got great Chinese food, Mexican food, Italian food. Well, anyhow, I'm here in Redmond, Oregon, right outside of Bend, where they're serving pizza at the pulpit. Listen, can you hear it? That might be the bells of Flavortown Church. This is Grace and Hammer Pizzeria.
Probably about a minute left on that, Willie.
Church is in session. Where do we start?
Got that dough starting to rise up in there.
It's a beautiful building, but the food's even better.
Got a hot pie.
What does everybody think about having a pizza joint in a church?
Everyone's like, in a church? You gotta go check it out.
It certainly was a heavenly sight for Chad and Cinnamon Nemec when they spotted this place for sale while visiting from Austin.
We went home from our vacation. 2 weeks later, came and put a contract in. And
Was it intended to be a house or was it intended to be a pizza joint?
I wanted a house. He wanted a pizzeria.
It really, really is beautiful.
The building was built in 1912.
It's on the National Historic Registry.
Who's the pastor of pizza?
Adam.
Where'd you learn to cook?
Just had a passion for craft things. Prodigal Pig wrapping up right now.
The Prodigal Pig's kind of a twist on a classic Hawaiian pizza.
All right, so what are we gonna jump into now?
We have a pork butt. We're gonna be smoking this and turning it into pulled pork for our Prodigal Pig pizza. Score the pork butt.
You're tickling it. Scoring is like really cutting into it.
A gochujang sauce.
Salt and pepper?
Absolutely.
We're gonna bind this up?
This is a boneless pork butt, so I don't want it opening up on the smoker.
Gotcha.
We're gonna be smoking at 225, roughly 10 hours. Free it from its twine, break it down, sauce it with some gochujang, ready to go on some pizza.
I assume we're making some dough.
Absolutely. Some bloomed yeast and water,
What kind of flour?
a hard red wheat,
What gluten level?
13.5, and then a little bit of salt.
Let it mix.
2 minutes,
How long is this gonna get a chance to proof?
about 24 hours.
Whole.
Punch it down, and then let it rise up again for another 24 hours.
Got it.
Portion, ball, let it rest.
What's next?
Our kalbi sauce, black pepper, brown sugar, garlic, green onion there, ginger, grated yellow onion, sesame oil, mirin, soy sauce.
That's gonna get tight enough to be the sauce on the base?
Yeah,
Next up,
Pineapple slaw.
pineapple on pizza.
I know it's a great debate.
Actually, I don't care.
Okay.
Honestly, it's your pizza. Put on what you want on it.
We got some ginger here, shallots, chopped cilantro, pineapple, serranos, and a little bit of heat.
Mix that up. Are we gonna make this pie finally?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a dough ball here, stretch this out.
Look at the elasticity of that. That's awesome.
Let's build this pizza.
Kalbi sauce.
Fresh mozz, gochujang pork here, little fontina.
This is burning 700, 800 degrees.
Yes, sir.
And you should be able to cook this off.
About 2 minutes or so.
And what are we burning?
All white oak.
All right, all right, all right.
Boom.
Beautiful. You can just hear the crust.
Pineapple slaw, pickled onion on top. And there we have a completed prodigal pig right there.
That's all she wrote. It's dynamite. That crust is so light and airy and fluffy. The balance that you create with that pineapple slaw, because you're getting a lot of heat from the serranos and the jalapenos, with the acidity from the onions countering the brown sugar that you have in the Kalbi sauce. That's what gives it the balance and the harmony. I know I'm preaching to the choir on, but I gotta confess, it's excellent pizza.
Gochujang pulled pork going on.
It's a spin on a Hawaiian, but way, way better because you have that smoky deliciousness of the pork, and the Kalbi sauce that's on that gives that a little bit of sweet and tangy at the same time.
So I'm here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, we get recommendations for Triple D joints from a lot of people. But in particular, when your crew that shoots Triple D, hold on, this crew right here, when they tell you that you gotta come check out a pizza joint that's right down the street from their house, well, you know I'm there. This is Red Wagon Pizza.
On me pizza.
It's a different kind of pizza joint. It's so neighborhood, so right.
Dropping a Popeye?
Kind of feel like you're inserting yourself into someone's family tradition.
Because you kinda are. One that Peter Campbell's grandparents started long ago. That's your grandfather.
That's my Nana in the middle and my mom on the far left. In the late 40s, Pop would do these pizza parties in his basement. The community would come out.
And Peter picked up where his grandpa left off when he opened the doors here in 2014.
We forge pizzas.
I don't know what he's on.
30 seconds on a Red Wagon.
The Red Wagon pizza is the best pizza. Peppers, the spice, the sauce, the cheese. It's just the most tasty piece of pizza I've ever encountered.
All right, Pete, let's make the magic dough.
Cold water. Then we take day-old dough.
The mother.
Tear apart the dough in the water and get the water nice and milky. Dry active yeast. The flour is a heritage wheat. We'll hit this on one. We'll scrape the bowl after 2.5 minutes, run it again for 2.5 minutes. Then we'll throw in salt, cover it, let it rest for 30. Run the mixer for about another 5 minutes. Grab a hunk of dough, just make sure that it'll stretch and it's nice and thin.
You guys understand what's happening here? If you go and stretch it and it splits open, then it hasn't built the gluten, it has to be mixed a little bit more. Bring it out, let it rest for 24 hours, portion it.
Welcome to Carnivore Hour. I'm Guy, and this is
Pedro.
Now we're into making the sausage. Pork butt, it's all cubed up.
Bacon, sopressata. We have garlic, onion, fennel powder, salt, ground pepper.
But no henway.
I don't know. What's a henway?
Oh, about 2 or 3 pounds. I think we might be cousins.
We're gonna let it cure overnight in the cooler, and then in the morning we grind it, put it on sheet trays, and cook it off in the oven. All the pies are at 14 inches. House-made sauce, a blend of half mozzarella and half provolone.
Let me bring in the real pro. Buck, come on in here for a second. This is Buck, the older brother. Pete, why don't we just have you step out for a little bit?
I don't know.
It was nice having you on the show.
I'm
Thanks,
wondering if
Pete.
we shouldn't start over.
He just left the building. Come on over, Pete.
It's a little oblong. We can work on your technique a little bit.
Thank you, Buck. We like having you. All right.
House sausage, banana peppers. Then we take the sopressata, we slice it in a ribbon.
90 seconds comes out, we'll slice it up. What are we throwing here?
Buzzed up crushed red pepper. This is a house-made garlic salt, fig-infused balsamic. There you go, Red Wagon pizza.
Typically, they're round.
Oh, dynamite.
Everything you're doing in the pizza is balanced. Fresh-made sausage, you've got handmade dough, you've got homemade sauce, you got a nice little acid bite in there coming from the banana pepper, a little touch of the chili flake. It's an artisan pizza, man. Everybody at home right now is going, oh, I want a bite of that pizza, because it's the real deal. Fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm here in Fairbanks, Alaska. It's been a while since we were up here. I always find an eclectic mix of food in this area. So what am I up to try? A pizza joint. Now, just not any average pizza joint. You see, he makes the pizzas inside, but then he's got a hole in the wall and cooks in the wood-fired ovens outside. In Alaska weather? Are you kidding me? This is Hungry Robot.
We started just doing marshmallows and stuff out of our house.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah. We wanted to branch out into something that was savory.
Because you'd already cornered the marshmallow market.
We were like, well, nobody's doing wood-fired pizzas.
They just do unique combinations and they're delicious.
Got a dilly-dilly up for table 6.
Huh, pickles on a pizza. Sounds interesting.
It's just really flavor-packed and one of my personal favorites.
What are we gonna make first?
We can make the dough.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Might be one of the biggest mixers I've ever seen on Triple D. I'd get in that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing it.
Water, flour, yeast,
Olive oil?
salt, the big old hood.
This used to anchor a ship. It's ridiculous.
You might as well go big.
This does not look like pizza dough making.
Let that go for about 10 to 15 minutes. We typically ball it right after we mix it, put it in the fridge and let it grow overnight.
What do we do next?
Now we're gonna make the sweet Italian sausage. Garlic, thyme, oregano, paprika, brown sugar,
Wing of bat.
fennel, onion powder, red pepper, basil, parsley, black pepper.
Where's the dill?
Oh, that comes later.
Oh.
Salt and red wine vinegar.
So we mix that up into this pork.
And then we put it in the fridge overnight. Now we're gonna make our dilly drizzle. It starts with the ranch base. So we have mayonnaise, sour cream,
Got it.
parsley, onion powder, salt, thyme,
Dill.
water, chives, granulated garlic, black pepper. And that's our ranch. To make it the dilly drizzle, we'll add red pepper, parsley, Parmesan, garlic,
And a little olive oil. That's like ranch gone wild. If you get me a spoon, I'll just eat this as a cold soup.
yeah,
What's next?
roasted garlic white sauce,
So we got roasted garlic.
some butter, cream, Parmesan, black pepper.
Cook that down, make it a nice paste. Let's see it, chef.
First, we stretch the dough.
Look how nice and light and tender that is.
The white sauce,
Spackle.
mozzarella.
This is where things go off the rails right here, folks. Whoa, you're going pickle happiness.
We do a lot of pickles on the dilly dilly.
And just a little sausage. Very nice. Let's go cook it. In the oven, how long?
90 seconds to 2 minutes.
The type of wood?
Birch.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at that thing, medieval.
A friend of mine's a blacksmith, so he made slicers.
Nice.
The dilly shaker, which is Parmesan, Romano, and dill. And then we have our dilly drizzle.
Schnizzle with the drizzle. It's delicious. The crust is about as spot on as you get. Light, full of pockets, but it's got good chew. It's tender. I like biting into it and getting the pickle crunch. I like the fresh acidity contrasting to the creaminess of the base spread, and then you get the crumble from the sausage. And I think that the sprinkle's dynamite. That's a destination pizza.
Thank you.
Dilly dilly with sausage going in the oven.
What makes the pizza amazing for me is the crust. It's got a good crisp to it. And the pickles are kind of crunchy on there.
You can definitely taste the birch smoke coming through.
I crave it. I think about it all the time.
So that's my introduction to Greenwich, Connecticut. Someone hits the front end of the Camaro.
Out of control, dude. Maniacs.
Okay. This place better be worth it. What's the story?
My boy Randy is making incredible pies. They're making their own bread. They're pulling cheese every day.
Hey,
I love it.
I got the evidence. I found it.
Hunter, put the evidence in the car.
You want me to get the police report?
Hunter, put the evidence in the car.
Where's witnesses? I can get the witnesses.
Hunter, put the evidence in the car. This is Greg Street Pizza.
Regular margarita straight up.
You can go anywhere for pizza, right?
Right.
But why not eat good pizza?
Sausage basil.
Greg Street is 180 from everything else we have in town.
And since Matt, AKA Randy Watson, and John Corbo grew up here, they know what's around and exactly what's missing, even if they can't really explain it.
It's like a neo-New York, Neapolitan, well done.
I thought so. It seemed like that when I walked in. I mean, if you got his attention, if the Hambino Christian Petroni brings me here, then I know it's got some swagger to it.
The ingredients are simple, fresh, they're homemade, and you can tell.
Margarita, pepperoni, hot honey.
Pepperoni hot honey is the classic.
The spice, the hotness, the sweetness, all combined, it's the best.
Okay, walk us through it.
Our pizza dough, sourdough starter, room temperature water. Add that to the mixing bowl. Water, high gluten flour.
A little salt.
2 minutes. Add the oil.
What kind of oil is this we're adding?
Olive oil.
Bro, I thought that was motor oil.
Yeah, that's dang.
After that, it'll mix for what?
6 minutes.
Maybe throw some of that oil in the rig. Am I right?
Ferment for 3 hours. Cut and portion.
Go to the cooler?
24 hours.
24 hours. All right.
Fresh mozzarella.
Seriously.
Mozzarella curd, rip it up, hot water, salt, start instantly stretching into like nice little ribbons.
Once we get done with this, we're gonna make the
tomato sauce.
Let's get this going.
Organic California tomatoes.
Okay.
I have some of that.
That olive oil that is green.
Olive oil.
Yeah, okay.
Roasted garlic, kosher salt, Sicilian oregano.
And then the crushed.
The rustic
tomato.
crush.
Okay.
Correct. Let it refrigerate 24 hours.
And this is the same tomato sauce that we use throughout all the pies.
All the pies.
Petroni says it hits. All right.
Hot honey.
Let's see it.
Roasted habaneros, roasted garlic. Just a little bit of the honey in there just to get her going.
Look at that. Nice blooming heat, a little bit of sweetness. Awesome.
I like the garlic in there.
Let's build the pie.
This is our 24-hour cold fermented dough. We leave it out for another 6 hours.
Don't touch it, don't touch it.
I can't help myself.
Look at the elasticity on it, though.
Sauce.
This cheese technique is a new one. I haven't seen this before.
Ripped basil, pepperoni, garlic oil.
650?
8 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, there it is.
So he's got mine done, Christian. Yours is still cooking, but don't worry, he's gonna take care of you.
Finish it off with that Sicilian oregano, pecorino, and that hot honey.
Listen to that crust. There you go.
If that doesn't tell you everything right there, right?
Look at this. That's stand-up pie.
Cheers.
Cheers, Bubba. That's the one.
The crust is outstanding. It's light, it's airy, it's got good sourdough, good yeast to it. The simple tomato sauce where tomato is alive and well. A+ pizza. A+, A+. It hits all the marks.
Pepperoni, hot honey for you guys.
Their sauce is great. It has the right amount of flavors, has the right amount of spice to it.
Hot honey is like a revelation.
I'm here in Memphis, Tennessee, on BB King Boulevard, not too far from downtown. And I gotta tell you, when I pulled up, the first thing I thought is, this is like Strange Brew. I mean, here's this gigantic beer brewing factory, and this thing is huge. And I hear inside they got a little pizza joint that is scratch making just about everything. I'm hungry and I want a beer. This is Little Betty at Wiseacre Brewing.
Got a skinny Chicago up for Sandy.
This is a special place in Memphis. Way above par than you'd expect, especially at a brewery.
Got kimchi hush puppies, pretzel nugs.
What makes the menu different?
I mean, they're definitely not afraid to play around.
And the game that brothers Kellen and Dave and Bartosz are playing along with Chef Jared Riddle is go big or go home. This is gigantic.
This one opened March of 2020. Jared's been here for a couple of years now making amazing food.
How many different beers are you making?
We try to keep 25-ish on tap here.
We use our beer wort in our pizza dough. That's a kind of a unique thing that we bring to the table.
All right, what are we gonna make today?
The Thud Butt pizza and
The what?
Thud Butt.
You are some weird dudes.
Thud Butt up.
It's a mortadella with a ricotta base, crushed pistachio, black pepper honey, stracciatella cheese.
In your world, what makes great pizza?
If you don't have good dough, you don't have good pizza. Start it with our poolish.
Room temp water, bloom the yeast, high gluten flour.
We'll let that rest for 12 hours. Well, now we're gonna make our pizza dough. We're gonna start with water, and we're gonna add beer wort and ice.
What is wort?
It's like a sugar water that feeds the yeast, and
Okay.
then that produces the alcohol in the beer.
Got it.
Olive oil. And here's our poolish that we made. Then 3 flours. Double O flour, AP flour, and we've got a high gluten bread flour and salt.
Proof it, let it rest.
For about an hour before we portion it. Ideally, you're using it about 3 days after that.
All right, what are we into now, Chef?
Ricotta cream, it's the base for the Thud Butt. Ricotta, roasted garlic.
S&P,
Mix it up.
and a little heavy cream.
It won't quite all fit, so I'm gonna finish it in the bowl. Add more heavy cream. Now we're gonna make our stracciatella cheese.
So we're gonna get some hot water and some cheese curd and burn our hand. Well, he's gonna burn his hands.
Working this till we get some nice strands, and then we're gonna ball it up.
Now it'll tighten up.
So now we're gonna kind of break this off.
He's dancing while he's doing this. Did you notice that? He's got a little knee bend going.
And mix it with heavy cream and salt.
And a little bit of salt.
And then let that sit up. Now we're gonna make our pistachio crunch.
Pistachios?
They're toasted first. Brown butter solids.
I don't know this.
They're good on ice cream even.
Huh.
Butter and milk powder.
Crazy.
Really good.
And a little lemon zest. That's awesome. That on some yogurt?
Well, we've had pistachio ice cream a couple times.
You guys make ice cream too?
Well, it's soft serve.
They're gonna make a beer out of it next. All right, let's build this pie.
Extract the pizza now.
Boy, that is some gentle dough. Super tacky. You guys roll these out by hand every time? Flippy dippy hippie arm swinger.
And then this is the ricotta cream here.
Got it.
Mozzarella cheese.
Mortadella. You don't see that on pizza enough.
Just a little cheese on top to hold that mortadella down.
Should probably just do a small testing of the mortadella just to make sure that it's fresh. You want to look good on TV? You always feed the camera. There you go. What do you think? Mm-hmm. Off we go. What temp we running that oven at?
550, roughly 10 minutes. Let's finish this pizza off. I'm gonna cut it first. So this is our stracciatella, a healthy dollop.
The funky crunch, that's gotta be one of my favorate parts of this.
I hit it with some pecorino and some black pepper honey.
And this is when it gets really weird.
Yeah.
How do we make that?
Toast some black peppercorns, mix that in with our honey.
Look at that. It's beautiful. It's weird. The dough is legit. The saltiness of the mortadella, the ricotta, nice and creamy, but not too much. But once you get to this crumble, the pistachios, that's where it gets crazy. Everything's fine. And what do? You drop the hammer and take me to black pepper honey. Bro, it's a different dimension of pizza. The only thing this pizza could be is this trippy. Dynamite pie.
All right, guys, we got thud butt pizza coming up.
You've got the crunchy and the cheesy.
The crust is my favorite part.
The way that they do the crust.
It's a great chew, but not super heavy.
Perfect.
And with that cheese in the middle and being able to spread it around.
It's not regular pizza, it's a thud butt.
So I'm here in Fort Collins, Colorado, about 60 minutes from Denver, and here at the home of Colorado State University. Now, I'm here to check out a joint that's got a lot of character. Let's see. This team of 4 worked together in one restaurant, and then they took off to open their own joint that they like to call your neighborhood eatery. If you're looking for a good time, this is your place. This is Restaurant 415.
2 pork chops up.
It's eclectic, it's different, it's vibrant, it's fresh.
And the guinea sandwich.
The food is phenomenal. The drinks are great.
Black IPA.
A lot of it's organic. A lot of it's grown around here.
Brussels sprouts.
And it's the people that really make this restaurant so amazing.
The 4 cats behind this joint, Andre Mouton and his daughter Amelia, along with their former co-workers, Seth Baker and Sean Olander, banded together to become co-owners here in 2012. This looks like a made-for-TV movie, all right? She's the chef, he's the gangster, and he's the college boy, and Dad pays for it all.
The cast of characters that work here are always just thinking outside the box.
Woodland pizza.
Their entire pizza list is just full of creative options.
Americano del Sur. Garbanzo beans on a pizza.
This is the first time I've ever had pizza with tomatillos.
What are we gonna make?
The Americano del Sur. We're starting with our pizza dough, fresh yeast,
A little sugar for it to chew on.
olive oil,
Okay, so the yeast and the sugar coming together.
kosher salt, organic local flour, water,
So we'll let this go for what, about 15 minutes?
10. So our dough is all ready.
Now we take out the captain. Hook.
Maybe. So I hear you're a pro at weighing things out.
Oh, yeah. Tell me what we're going for.
6.4.
6.4? 6'4". 6'6"?
Not bad. You're hired.
Okay, so now we're gonna make this pie.
We're gonna start with olive oil and fresh garlic. Oh, that's a lot.
Raw tomatillos.
Yeah.
Okay, this is different.
Garbanzo beans chopped up.
I've made a lot of strange pizzas. This might take the cake.
A little bit of cumin seed, cheddar cheese,
Okay?
fresh jalapenos.
Was it a dare to make this?
No.
And then we go. 8 minutes.
Yeah. Fresh cilantro to finish it off, and that'll be it.
Never in a million years would I have thought of taking a tomatillo, slicing it thin like that, and letting it cook off in 8 minutes. I love the bite of the tomatillo. The acidity, the freshness, it's still a little bit of crunch. Jalapeno's great. The garlic's not overwhelming. Meatiness of the garbanzo, I'm telling you, that's a spot-on pizza.
The Americano del Sur.
Just the right amount of classic pizza flavor with a twist. Off the hook. Off the hook.
So I'm here in Fargo, North Dakota, and if you haven't been here, you should come and check it out. You know, things are a little different up here. Let's see, the weather, well, it can change dramatically at the drop of a hat. And the food scene, it will surprise you. You know, folks up here kind of go to the beat of their own drum, kind of like the joint we're gonna check out now. 6.5 years of making wood-fired pizzas their way. This is Blackbird Woodfire.
Basil going on the harder salami.
The food is fantastic.
Wild mushroom pizza, table 1.
There's absolutely nothing like a wood-fired pizza coming straight out of the oven.
This was the first legit wood-fired pizza place, and so we were kind of over the moon.
And that pie biz was born when respiratory therapist Casey Absey turned tinkering into a whole new career.
I was gonna build an old-fashioned barbecue in my backyard, made a wood-fired oven. And the next year, I built one on a trailer, and we started doing festivals.
What makes you different in the world of wood-fired pizza?
I think we have more of a Mediterranean spin on things. My dad's folks came from Lebanon. Well, my mom was Norwegian.
Lebanese Norwegian.
A Lebanese.
A Lebanese.
Got a pep going in hot.
I think you have to judge a good pizza by its dough.
Don't you know?
So
Sorry, I had to take the shot.
it's just that perfect level of crispiness, but it still stays chewy.
We're gonna make pizza dough.
All right.
2 cups of salt.
Now, wait a second. Salt before yeast?
Yeah. Water.
When in North Dakota.
1 bag of flour.
All purpose?
Then I throw my yeast in.
Are we gonna bloom the yeast?
Nope.
Okay.
Bread flour.
No high gluten?
Nope.
No 00?
Nope.
Okay.
We're not trying to be Italian.
Okay, your house. How long is this gonna mix?
20 minutes.
And then you'll let this proof.
We'll ball it up first.
Wait. You're not gonna proof before you ball?
Nope. Proof's in the box, 24 hours in the cooler.
This is unconventional to 99% of the pizza joints I've ever gone
Just lots of experimenting. Putting apples on the sausage apple pizza.
Sausage and apple pizza is literally the one I have every time.
When it comes to the table, it's a pizza with art.
to. Sausage apple pizza is a norm around here?
Nope, just here.
All right, what are we on to now?
The bechamel. 1/2 pound of butter, flour, and make a roux. Then we add the milk, garlic powder, parsley, bay leaf, chili flakes, nutmeg, and salt and pepper.
Bechamel's done. Next up.
The sausage, it's all local pork, salt, pepper, fennel,
A lot of it.
oregano, sugar, parsley, chili flakes, granulated garlic.
Mix this up.
Bake it, 425.
Let's take a look at this dough. It's gentle. Boy, that's got a lot of elasticity for bread dough.
Bechamel on it, Parmesan, our homemade sausage, apples, sage, goes in,
And that's all she wrote. Gorgeous. Oh, square.
snap pea micros.
It's your everyday Lebanese Norwegian pizza. That is one delicious pizza. Great chew to the crust. Get a nice crackle on the outside with true gluten-style flour pull. And this little bechamel Parmesan cheese program works completely right. Sausage still has good fat to it, a lot of great apple. The key at the end, though, that fresh herb on top. I can just go on and on about it. Outstanding.
Thanks, sir. Sausage apple pizza, table 4.
There's this sweet combination between the sweet of the green apple, and then you also get the salty of the sausage.
It's a perfect crust. It's the reason why we come here.
I'm here at Jackson, Wyoming, about a half block off the town square, right in front of the Pink Garter Theater. Now, back in the day, this was the theater that you came to catch a musical or a play. Now it's where you come to see some rockin' bands. And speaking of rockin', locals around here tell me you want some rockin' pizza, you gotta go to the joint right under the theater. This is Pinky G's Pizzeria. These pizzas are the creation of chef and owner Tom Fay, who came back home after culinary school and opened this joint in 2011. When did you get the brainchild to open up the pizza joint?
Knowing that we needed to fill a niche in town, serve pizza by the slice, and just...
So no one was doing pizza by the slice?
No, just needed to be up to par. We needed some good pizza in town. Funky chicken.
I love the funky chicken pizza. It's probably one of the most delicious pieces of pizza I've had.
Time to get down with the funky chicken.
Starts with the chicken. Chicken breasts. Some fresh chopped basil.
A boatload of garlic.
Lemon slices. And oil.
So how long are we gonna let this marinate?
24 hours.
24 hours into a sheet pan, then in the oven. And we're gonna cook it at this 525?
575.
575. All right, how long we been in?
25 minutes.
That smells awesome.
Dust the peel here.
Is this a cornmeal and flour?
Yep.
You hand throw all this?
Hand tossed. It's the only way to go.
Whoa!
Hey now.
I like that. Okay, first up, pesto.
Fresh basil pesto. Mozzarella cheese. Another roasted chicken. Artichoke hearts.
Red onions.
And ricotta cheese.
Here we go.
575.
For how long?
10 minutes.
Look at that. That's not hot at all. When the pesto's boiling on the pizza, note to self.
Let it cool.
Let it cool, fool. Roasting the chicken with the garlic, outrageous. Making your own pesto, over the top. A little bit of that ricotta coming in, creaminess, saltiness. How did you come up with the name Funky Chicken?
Funky Chicken is just one of my favorite dances.
There's one other person that I know the Funky Chicken is one of her favorite dances. Let's get Aunt Polly on the phone.
Hey, honey.
Hi, Aunt Polly. How are you? I'm at a joint in Jackson, Wyoming, and they have a pizza called the Funky Chicken.
No way.
Can you give me a little Funky Chicken?
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
You ready? How funky is your chicken? How loose is your goose?
All right.
Thank you, Polly. Thank you, Polly.
You know, we've all heard the term living the American dream. Well, I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina, a mile from the downtown area, where a Serbian family is living the American dream. They got a funky little joint where they're serving up, now get this, pizza and Serbian food, just what you'd expect. This is Intermezzo Pizzeria.
It's something way more than a regular pizzeria.
Francese, order up.
It's a very, very diverse menu.
Eggplant moussaka.
Literally, I forget I'm in Charlotte when I'm here.
This feels like going to a Serbian home.
It basically is, with brothers Georgi and Branko Avramovic and Mom Dobrila dishing it up. Who's in charge? Mom's in charge, let's face it. I know. But it was Dad who first wanted to open a neighborhood joint. Was your father part of opening this?
No, my father passed away a year and a half after we came here.
His sons kept working on his dream, and in 2007, finally made it happen.
Karageorgieva, order up.
This is the place to come for traditional food made in a traditional way.
Piroshka, order up.
The pierogi is like a calzone, but better.
It's like pizza to the 9th degree.
All right, man.
Okay, pizza sauce, tomato paste, crushed tomatoes.
I'm gonna end up wearing some of the pizza sauce.
Oh, come on. Then add Parmesan, salt, pepper, parsley, oregano. Mix this up.
How long does this come together for flavor?
At least 24 hours.
Okay, and then it's good to go.
Whoa!
You're dangerous with that. You have to stay away from me.
On guard.
Now we're going to make the
piroshka.
Throwing a few pizzas in your day.
No.
Yeah. Mozzarella cheese.
Mozzarella cheese, a little bit of ricotta, parsley, garlic, mix. Mushrooms, ham.
And this is a traditional piroshka.
Yes, from my neck of the woods.
I like this. And we go to the oven.
505.
505.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Look at that thing, huh?
Sour cream goes on top of piroshka. Provolone cheese on top. Pizza sauce. This is how we serve it.
This is how we serve it?
Yep, you've been served.
Wow. That's really, really good. The yeast in the dough really adds a nice tang. The sour cream, without question, is fantastic. And then the mushrooms and the ham, they're dynamite. I'm actually disappointed that I haven't tried this before. You learn something new every day. Piroshka.
Piroshka.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
Piroshka.
It's like the flavor explosion of pizza that's inside out.
One of the best things I've ever eaten.
Everything I've had here has been excellent.
It's just a great sense of a community.
It seems like everybody that comes in here has known these guys forever.
Even if they don't always know what they're saying. I can imagine you bring people in for the pizza, but they come back for Serbian
I would
food.
say over 50% is Serbian food, which we did not expect at first.
Order up.
If you come here, you'll feel warm, you'll feel welcomed, and you'll have a great meal. Home run for sure.
I think your dad would be so incredibly proud of you and your brother and your mom for what you've done. Gotta come meet this family. They are living the American dream. I'm here in OKC for a little pizza in the parking lot. Now, this isn't just a regular old pizza truck. No, this thing is a monster. And the oven, not any regular old oven. No, it's wood-fired. And the recipes, well, they're not your everyday recipes because they're handed down from generations. This is the Saucy Sicilian.
Pizza coming out, Nona.
My favorite.
Some of the best pizza in Oklahoma City, and I stand by that.
I got this.
It's hot, it's fresh, and the flavors are on point.
And on 4 wheels, ever since Gannon Mendez left the corporate world to open a food truck.
Justin Palermo.
He wanted the best help he could find, so he asked his mom, Priscilla.
She was living in the mountains in Colorado, and I'm like, hey, I need you out in Oklahoma. Let's start a food truck.
He got me out of retirement.
OMG. You went
Old school Italian, just like my great-grandmother decided to use her recipes. Trapagna coming out.
Yum.
The chapati pizza is outstanding. It's got the prosciutto, it's got the figs, it's got some balsamic, and the wood fire that they do in there is amazing.
All right, well, let's get into this.
We are making our dough from scratch. A high gluten flour.
Got it.
Salt, water and yeast.
So traditional pizza dough recipe.
Mix for 6 or 7 minutes, put it in a tub to let it proof. This is my great-grandma's blanket.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like grandma's blessing. And we're gonna do 8-ounce balls.
How good are you at the portion game?
How good are you?
Where do you think you're at with that one? 8-6, do your picks. 8-4.
Bam.
8-0. Was it 3 cuts?
yeah,
8-4 cuts. Goes by the amount of cuts.
I see.
8-8. 7-6.
That's under. We never want to go under.
There's 8-1. I got it in 3, you got it in 4. But I mean, I'm not saying I'm better. I'm just saying that.
3 cuts, I believe.
Go back to the tape. Then that proofs for 3 days.
Yes, sir.
So you're getting that nice, big, yeasty flavor dough. All right, chef, next step.
All right, we're gonna do our balsamic maple glaze.
Okay.
Balsamic vinegar. Bring it to a boil. Once it reduces down, we're gonna go with some pure maple syrup.
Get a little extra sweet.
That's it.
Time to make the magic happen.
All right, we're gonna do a little Caputo.
Can't argue that that's hand thrown.
Ricotta cheese with whole milk. Mozzarella. Some fresh figs.
I figured.
Roasted garlic. We like to put a lot on it. Roasted red pepper.
Beautiful.
And we'll slide it in the oven.
90 seconds. And what kind of wood are we using in the oven?
Pecan hickory.
Easy peasy. Fuck, I'm so svelte.
Cut it up here real quick. Top each slice with prosciutto. Turn it 1 time to the left. My mother says that is her superstition. The balsamic maple glaze.
Okay.
Drizzle it over.
That's good looking pie. I mean, it's just really delicious. The crust is the foundation, and it's out of bounds. Neapolitan pizza has to be in balance, and you give good portions, a good amount of prosciutto. It's an honest pizza, scratch-made, handmade, with a lot of family love in it. Well done. Look.
Trapagna pizza for Kim. Thank you.
The crust is very soft and crunchy. The figs were delicious.
The balsamic glaze is fantastic.
He always has the biggest line at all the food truck places.
And some days, it even includes the mayor. Your food scene is blowing up.
The culinary scene is a big part of creating a culture and a place that...
That's why he's mayor.
We have to have great food.
Keep up, man. You're leading a great community.
Yeah, we'll call the mayor if you get in any trouble while you're here.
That's exactly what I needed.
Thanks for coming in today.
What's going on, Gan?
If you told somebody to come here, what should they have when they come here?
Nona's meatballs.
The meatballs are the must-have?
I would agree with that.
Nona sauce and meatballs.
Nona literally does her best with the marinara, the fresh grated Parmesan, and the big basil leaf, some of the best sauce and meatballs.
What are we making?
My mother's homemade meatballs. This is my great-grandmother's recipe, 50-50 pork and beef. We'll mix this together, add some eggs.
Okay.
Can't have enough garlic.
Grandma was right on point with that.
My mother's homemade breadcrumbs, parsley, and the Parmesan cheese.
Okay, you mix these up. Here you go.
Thank you.
Gotta get working, dude. We got a lot to do.
Okay.
Got a line of people. Go, Rock. Go. We're a team.
We're gonna roast them in the oven.
Next step.
We have my great-grandma's marinara sauce. We'll do a little olive oil.
1 short rib.
Once it's seared up, then we're gonna just take it out.
Why?
That's the way Grandma Lena would do it. We'll add it back in. Garlic, onions, get it cooked down.
We're not open yet. He's making Grandma's sauce. Hold on. People are getting all antsy-dancy out there.
Tomato paste, tomato sauce, 2 cans of water in.
Wait a second. When did the bird come into play?
The bird?
The toucan. Thank you, folks. I'll be here all week. Try the meatballs. Short rib goes back in.
Goes back in. Sugar, salt, the red pepper flake, black pepper, 4 bay leaves. Bring that to a boil. We're gonna let it simmer, and then we're gonna put the meatballs in it.
Really?
Yes, sir. It cooks for about another 8 hours.
You put it in a double cup? A little parm?
Top it off with a basil leaf.
Look at that. Delicious and tender and moist. Great sauce. A little sprinkle of the Parmesan right at the end. That fresh basil. Hits that sauce and just blooms. And that's a good amount of garlic. I'm telling you, your grandma taught you right. Great job, Chef.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Watch out for this guy.
Nona's sauce and meatballs.
Great, thanks, Gan. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Just an authentic taste that you can't get enough of. I usually would have to have a straw to get that sauce out of there. I love it so much.
Okay, Nick.
Right here.
Tusa.
It's just a warm place to come. It's not just about the food, you know, they're great people as well.
Congratulations.
Well, I appreciate it.
For a dude that's not from the restaurant business and with the backing of the mom, you just can't go wrong, right?
Okay, I've got a party in your mouth and a fried cheese pizza.
Today I'm having the fried cheese pizza. The best part is the cheese, and that's what the crust is.
And what are we gonna make?
We're gonna make crustless pizza. It's a fried cheese pizza.
The Temple of Health. You guys should have a gym right next to this place. All right, let's hit it.
Take our pineapple right over here to the grill. Boom. We're gonna take our Parmesan, about like so. Cheddar. onion, a little gorgonzola,
All the members of the cheese family are showing up for this.
pepperoni. Throw a little mozzarella on there.
More cheese.
More cheese. Now we're gonna run that homemade pizza sauce right across here. And a little olive. Now we're gonna throw on our grilled pineapple. Then our in-house pesto. Take our dough. Voila. Cooks for maybe 2.5, 3 minutes. So we're gonna top it with some sliced tomatoes. We're gonna cut it.
Wow, that holds up a lot better than I thought it was going to. This right here is just a gigantic thing of that crunchy fried cheese that you love on the outside of a quesadilla. The fact that you put toppings on it, God, it's crazy. Look at that. Fried cheese, can't beat it.
Hey here, Carrie. Here's your fried cheese pizza.
It's extremely addicting. You have to share it. Everybody wants to try it.
I've never seen a fried cheese pizza anywhere else.
Junkyard is unique foods that you just can't find anywhere else.
This is a hidden gem.
I'm telling you, dude, we've seen some crazy stuff on Triple D.
Yeah.
This is up there. Crazy Craig and the car carrier.
Loving it.
Very nice, brother. So I'm here in Gilbert, Arizona, about 30 miles from Phoenix. Now, I love coming down here. I get to rip around in the desert in my Razor. There's great food, really cool people, like the story of this place. Let's see, the dude is from Sicily, Italy. He moves to New York, meets his wife, has a family, and then they all move here to Gilbert to open a pizza joint. That's right, this is Sal's Gilbert Pizza.
Upside down Sicilian, ready?
It's a slice of New York in the middle of the desert.
Grab my pizza.
Flavors are outstanding. You can smell it when you walk in the door.
Thanks to Chef Sal Cufaro, who took over this pizza pasta joint in 2005. So is this New York style? Is this Italian style?
The New York style American pizza, I guess.
Okay. Plus a little of his own style.
Lasagna pizza, ready?
Which means piling the pies with pasta.
Baked ziti pizza.
I love baked ziti on the side. I also love thin crust pizza. You put the two of them together, makes a perfect pie.
What kind of pizza do we make?
We gotta make baked ziti pizza.
Baked ziti pizza, baked ziti pizza, baked. Come on, doesn't it have a sound to it?
We're gonna do the dough first. We started with water.
Room temperature water?
Yeah. Then we put salt, sugar, extra virgin olive oil.
Of course. Who taught you how to make pizza?
I used to watch my mother make pizza. Then we put the yeast.
All of that together?
Now we gotta put the flour in.
High gluten flour, got it.
We wait
All right.
about 10 minutes.
This is like skilled labor for me. We're gonna make the ziti?
Oh yeah, let's put the pasta in the water first.
Okay.
Then we put some marinara sauce, some cream, seasoning, salt and pepper. Let it cook for about a few minutes.
Okay. Little butter?
Little butter. Ready Parmesan cheese, parsley.
Okay.
Pasta is ready to go in.
We'll let the pasta finish cooking in the sauce, right?
Yeah, about a couple minutes, and then now we're gonna par bake the pizza dough.
We're gonna par bake the pizza dough. Otherwise, because if we put that hot, it would cook right through the pizza dough.
All right. Okay, we gotta put some oat milk mozzarella.
A little bit of cheese.
We're gonna put the pasta now.
And I try that, right? And very nice.
Very nice. A little more mozzarella, a little more ready Parmesan. We'll put it back in the oven. In about a couple minutes.
It's ready to go.
There we go.
Dough is nice and crispy. I love pasta. I love pizza. But the key is, pasta's got to be al dente.
Yes.
And the dough has to be crispy. That right there, that's the optimum bite. If I could come in and get this, I'd be here 2 or 3 times a week. Nice job, man.
Thank you.
The sauce itself on the pizza is delicious.
We're gonna check out a funky joint that is using beer to make their pizza dough, and I hear it's the real deal. This is Dirty Water Dough Company.
Turn of the century.
Wow, we're going that far back.
The Charles River, which was the main water supply, got so polluted that the water was undrinkable, so they started putting beer in their dough. I mean, it gives the crust almost like a bagel-y, soft inside, and then you get a nice crispy outside.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Let's see how it works.
This is special flour. The wheat is actually milled from the middle, so it gives you a real nice high protein and low ash. Salt, olive oil, little yeast, water, dirty water IPA. We're gonna mix this up for 2 to 4 minutes on low and then another 6 to 8 on high. Then we let it rest, portion it out.
12 ounce?
I usually do 20s. You wanna do the big boys or you wanna do the little guys?
Whatever you wanna do,
do the babies
baller.
or the big boys?
Let's see how good he is on his 20.
Oh.
17.15.
Oh. 20.25, not bad.
Let him proof overnight. What are we gonna make?
We try to do some crafty, fun stuff. 8 minutes on the dirty taco.
If you're gonna marry tacos and pizza, then this is certainly the best.
It has like lettuce, chips, and then sour cream, so there's like a lot of different texture combinations going on.
Are taco pizzas big in Boston?
No, that's a creation we created.
All right, let's get into it.
We have our red sauce. Oil, onions, garlic, oregano, pepper, salt, a little bit of fennel.
And red chili flake.
Got to get a little kick.
All right.
Ground peeled tomatoes, our water. Cook it on medium-high for about 20 to 25.
What else for the dirty taco?
Meat, let's make the meat. Olive oil, chopped onions, ground beef.
80-20?
That's it. Then you got your paprika.
Granulated garlic.
Pepper, salt. Enchilada sauce, give it that nice taco smoke.
Cook this down, but let it cool in its own juices, and you'll get all that flavor on top of the pizza.
You got it.
Semolina flour's the game, huh?
Gives it some nice, great, sweet flavor.
I like your technique.
Light sauce.
That's the most unconventional saucing of a skin I've seen.
We're not a conventional joint guy. Shredded mozz, yellow cheddar. Now for the taco meat in the oven.
How long is this gonna take?
8 minutes.
Dun dun. That's a big pie. Ah, it looks good.
All right, lettuce, diced tomato, nacho cheese chips, sour cream swirl.
It looks the part. Beautiful. The crust is dynamite. It's toothsome, got good pull. I get the yeastiness out of it. It's delicious. I mean, as you can tell, I didn't like it at all. My son, Ryder, he's gonna lose his mind on this one.
Hey, Dad.
Good morning, Ryder. So what are your 2 favorite things that you ask for dinner all the time?
Tacos and pizza.
Check it out. Ready? Drum roll, please. A taco pizza.
Bring it home.
It's crunchy like a taco, cheesy like a pizza, and the cool lettuce and then the sour cream all over the top. All right, I'll bring one home. Love you, bub.
All right, love you too.
I knew he would love it. Bro, you smashed it. Well done.
I love tacos, and having all the components on a pizza, it's just amazing.
They have one of the only copper-covered, wood-fired French pizza ovens, a Le Pagnol, at this place where they're doing off-the-hook pizza. This is Pizzeria Lola.
A lot of unusual flavors.
Macaroni up.
I'm a Chicago boy. And in my pizza, this is right up there with the best in Chicago.
There's attitude in every single pizza.
Sliced and served up by owner Ann Kim, who grew up learning to cook from her Korean grandma before discovering another passion a little later in life.
Margarita up! I lived in New York for 7 years, spent most of it while I was in college eating pizza.
Now she's back home in Minnesota, topping artisan crust with savory ingredients. But she's also got her eye on the FM dial and rocking a classic.
Here's your macaroni.
Just kind of like a meat overload.
Is that where it's from?
Yeah.
How are we gonna start the dough?
We make a poulish. For me, it's all about the dough and the slow rise and the fermentation.
Let's see it.
First thing we're gonna do is add some water, a teeny bit of yeast, and then the flour.
Now we mix this up?
Yep, for about 5 or 6 minutes until it's nicely incorporated, no lumps. And then we let it sit about 17 hours in the basement.
Make one for today that we're gonna use for tomorrow.
Yep, exactly.
Take it. Okay, poulish is ready.
Yes.
Oh, if they made cologne, this should be the Guy Fieri brand of cologne.
Eau de Pou. We're gonna dump the poulish in. Look at that. Next, we're gonna add Italian flour, and then some more yeast, some cold water, and last, some Italian sea salt.
We're gonna let this proof up?
Yes, and now we'll mix her up.
10 minutes?
The key is to mix it just enough. You don't want to get the glutens too stretchy and tight. Cover it up, let it sit for about 10 minutes. Cut it into 9-ounce dough balls, put it into a dough tray, and then put it in the cooler overnight.
So this isn't a 24-hour dough, this is a 48-hour dough.
Yep, it's a 2-day process.
Oh, it's gonna have really nice yeasty flavor.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to open a bakery and call it the Yeasty Boys.
I like it.
West Coast.
Minnesota.
So give me the rundown. What are we making?
We're making our house-made fennel sausage. We have ground Berkshire pork. We add toasted fennel seed, fresh chopped garlic,
So chili flake?
salt, and freshly ground pepper, which we grind ourselves, of course.
You have to.
Yep.
She's saying all the things. It's like music.
We massage the pork,
This is gonna make a happy pizza.
and then we're just gonna flatten it out a little bit. 400 degrees.
15, 20 minutes?
Yep.
Got it. Next up,
Our house red sauce. Start off with some fresh ground California tomatoes.
Stanislaus.
Yes. How'd you guess?
From Cali.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, west side. And then Stanislaus, red pear tomatoes, tomato puree, salt, dried basil, dried oregano, granulated garlic, and a little bit of onion powder. Whisker up.
Wish I could get some of this to go. Next up,
Let's make a macaroni.
no throw?
No, that's just for show.
You don't believe centrifugal force has anything play in it?
Maybe, but you know, this is just a 9-inch pizza.
Oh, okay, well.
The house red sauce, Wisconsin, mozzarella, fennel sausage that we made earlier, natural casing pepperoni.
Cardio bypass. Adios.
Stick it in the oven.
So we're running the deck right around, what'd you say?
Between 550, 600.
Okay.
Yep. They cook fast. You don't have to wait long for a pizza pie here.
Still a final crisp on it?
Oh, yeah. All right.
Look at that right there. Look how thin that is. We got this heirloom pork with the real fat and the real flavor, and the fennel's rocking this. A lot of people say, oh, sausage and pepperoni. I've had that all the time. This is way beyond your everyday pizza joint on the corner, sausage and pepperoni. You gotta try this one.
It's the most heightened, delicious pepperoni sausage pizza you've ever had. You're like, this is what pepperoni is supposed to taste like.
What are we cooking today?
Creole braised rabbit.
What are we starting off with?
We're gonna make the blackening seasoning. We start with paprika, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, white pepper, garlic powder, toasted fennel seed. We'll start off by salting these guys. And I like to go pretty heavily on the blackening seasoning.
Rondo's hot, rabbit's ready to roll.
Once it's seared, we then remove the rabbit.
We braising this?
Yes. We'll start off getting the Kaneka sausage in the pan.
Kaneka sausage, which is one of my favorites.
We got the onions, we got the green bell pepper and the celery. Blackening in here. Garlic goes in. Deglaze this pan with a little bit of beer. Add bay leaf and thyme in here. Hit it with a little Tabasco as well. We're gonna make a quick blonde roux first, and then we'll add the dark roux at the very end.
Got it.
A little bit of AP flour. Roasted tomatoes.
The homemade chicken stock, the brown roux, nice peanutty flavor.
Yes.
Add the rabbit back in. How long is this gonna go?
35 minutes to an hour.
Got it.
Now we're gonna make the grits that goes with the braised rabbit.
All right, let's get into this.
Cold milk, grits, salt,
Grits need salt.
and a little bit of white pepper.
How much butter are we gonna mount it with?
Just a little bit here.
That's a little bit? That's a lot of bit. All right, chef, let's get into this.
The grits.
It's like southern polenta.
Yeah. We wanna have front leg, hind leg.
I think I'm gonna go hind leg.
Sausage on there.
You can bury me in that.
Parsley. And go heavy on the spring onion. Pickled cabbage.
Walk me through the pickled cabbage.
Apple cider vinegar, sherry vinegar, water, sugar in the raw, star anise, fresh dill, bay leaves, black peppercorn, fennel seed. Bring all of that to a boil and pour it over a mixture of cabbage, spring onion, and jalapeno.
The grits are spot on, creamy, delicious. They got great texture to them. The rabbit is braised enough that it's still juicy, not braised so much that it's leathery and shreddy. The balance of the braising liquid is perfect. But you know what really makes the whole dish sing is this pickled cabbage chow chow. Next level.
Thank you. All right, I got 2 rabbit going to plate.
The rabbit is so good, so tender.
The grits, I love the texture mixing in with all the other things.
The pickled cabbage is excellent. Definitely balances out the dish. It's delicious.
Got a down south grilled cheese.
Got pork belly, got American cheese, chicken breast, collard greens, and Alabama white sauce. It is a lot of sandwich.
Let's get into this.
We're gonna brine our pork belly. Start with some cold water, apple juice, apple cider vinegar, brown sugar, pickling spice, dill, crushed red pepper, hot sauce, kosher salt,
and a bunch of garlic.
Cook this brine for about 45 minutes. Ice it down and put our pork belly in. Chill it for about 2 days, and it's ready to smoke. Now we're gonna make our collard greens.
Collard greens and grilled cheese?
Yeah, we're in the South. A little oil, diced onion, pork belly, apple cider vinegar, just a tiny bit of water, black pepper, brown sugar, kosher salt, granulated garlic, hot sauce.
Tiny bit.
A little sweet chili sauce.
And a bunch of greens.
Cover them, bring it to boil, and then let it simmer for about 2 hours.
Next up.
Alabama white sauce for our sandwich.
Now, why do you call it Alabama white sauce?
It's mayonnaise-based.
I thought Georgia had their own thing about not being
Well,
Alabama.
we'll call it Tybee white sauce then.
There you go.
Some mayonnaise in a bowl. We're gonna add apple cider vinegar, a little grain mustard, brown sugar, horseradish.
A good amount.
Worcestershire, hot sauce, granulated onion.
And garlic.
House-made Cajun seasoning, black pepper, a little lime juice.
Whisk that up.
We're gonna just season our flour to dredge the chicken. Seasoning salt, a little black pepper, kosher salt, cayenne pepper, garlic powder. There we go. We're gonna take a double lobe chicken breast. We're gonna buttermilk it.
And then
back in the
buttermilk
flour.
again? All this is just for one thing. This must be one great sandwich.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
We're gonna start by toasting our bread and add a little cheese, searing off our smoked pork belly. Just a tiny bit of pork belly, fried chicken, a little bit of these collard
You're not
greens.
serious.
Serious. The Alabama white sauce. We're gonna top it off. That's it.
This is so not even close to being a grilled cheese. There's just a whisper of cheese. I know I'm gonna end up wearing some of this sandwich. The fried chicken is spot on. The pork belly is so tender and delicious. The collard greens are money. The Tybee white sauce is delicious. Acid and fat, that little bit of that horseradish coming through. Outstanding. I mean, like, really a great sandwich.
All right, we got it down south out. Let's go.
You can't go wrong with pork belly and chicken.
I mean, it's got a lot of flavors going on in it.
I'm from Alabama, and I don't remember any Alabama white sauce at home being this good.
The greens on the sandwich are tremendous.
The collard greens?
Big flavors.
Good friend of ours from Northern California, the Lands family.
I like the seasoning. Amazing.
So I'm here in Ormond Beach, Florida. Well, do you think really great Southern food that's been chefed up? Well, you will after you check out this joint. This is Rose Villa, Southern Table and Bar.
We got a lot of tickets coming in. Let's get this food out.
This is really the jewel and the centerpiece of our downtown.
Shrimp and grits.
It's just leagues above whatever else you can find around.
Which is pretty much what business partners Pat Sullivan and Sylvia Herrera are going for. What differentiates it from everybody else?
It's better.
There you go. Point.
You know, Southern inspired with French influence. Bourbon pork chop going in the window.
Mom always made pork chops and applesauce, and Sylvia has put a twist on that and turned it into an adult dish for me.
The bourbon glaze is fantastic. It has a sweet, tangy flavor to it.
What are we making first?
Bourbon barbecue pork chop. So we're gonna make the brine. Salt, brown sugar, water, and then we add the root beer.
So a bone-in chop.
Let these brine for at least 24 hours.
What's next?
The bourbon barbecue sauce.
I got you.
Ketchup, brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, bourbon,
Good amount there.
molasses, root beer, coffee, Worcestershire, granulated garlic, granulated onion, chili powder,
Mustard and
cayenne.
How much is that gonna reduce by?
About a third.
Barbecue sauce is done. What is this getting served with, by the way?
I do a tree fruit chutney.
And what tree fruit do we have today? Tell us about it.
Diced peaches, apples, sun-dried cranberries, garlic,
Ginger, nice call.
apple cider vinegar, sugar, lemon juice,
Here we go.
red pepper flakes, dry mustard, turmeric, ground coriander, and a little cinnamon.
Can't have a chutney without some cinnamon. And we'll let this cook down how long?
10 to 15 minutes.
What else we're gonna make?
Goat cheese grits. So I do half water, half milk, and we will add our grits, cook them down with butter, and our heavy cream, goat cheese and salt to finish them.
Fantastic.
So we're gonna take one of our pork chops out of the brine. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this house seasoning.
Okay.
Sugar,
Not salt?
salt,
Ouch.
granulated garlic,
You scared me to death.
ground pepper, granulated onion, and ground thyme. Oil our chop, season it.
Grill it, and when it flat tops is when you're gonna glaze the barbecue sauce on it?
Yep. So now we're gonna plate this up. We've got our goat cheese grits right here. Put on our pork chop, token vegetables,
Token.
tree fruit chutney, little bit of chive oil.
The chutney is the kiss here. The chop itself is great. It's tender. It's got great flavor in it, but the sweetness and a bit of the acidity from the chutney, richness of the chop with a good sear on that, and then the tang of the goat cheese grits. I mean, the medley of what you put together, when you get that perfect bite of all three, dynamite.
The bourbon barbecue pork chop.
The only thing I like better than drinking bourbon is eating food cooked with bourbon. It just provides such a richness.
How's the pork chop?
Really, really good.
Pork shank.
I got the pork shank, and it is absolutely fabulous.
You literally touch it with your fork, and everything just falls apart.
Now we're into pork shank.
Carbureted pork shank.
How are we gonna cure them?
Simple salt and pepper. All sides, good and coated. These go back in the cooler for 24 hours, then we'll sear them on the flat top.
All right on the flat top.
Yeah, flat top gets a workout here.
Yes, it does.
Now we're gonna go for the braise.
What's in the braising liquid?
Onions, carrots, whole garlic.
Ginger.
Yep.
I like that.
Soy sauce, red wine, thyme, and rosemary.
Water.
Yep.
And foil wrap this, and how long we going down?
We're gonna go 250, about 3.5 to 4 hours. We pull them out of the oven, chills in his own juices overnight.
Okay.
Toss them in Wonder flour.
Why Wonder versus just AP?
It gets extra crispy.
Okay, because it's got the cornstarch.
And then it goes in deep fryer, 6 minutes.
Is there a sauce that's gonna go on this?
Love sauce.
No, I do. I love sauce.
Start with rendered out bacon, little yellow onion, chicken feet.
Anytime there's a chicken foot involved, I am excited.
Little ham hock, sherry wine, water, and the braising liquid from the shanks. This guy's gonna roll for like 2 days.
Really? Love it. All right, Chef, let's talk about this.
Our take on a gremolata.
All right.
Pork rinds, fry them off fresh, process them in the food processor. Lime zest, lemon zest.
Lots of it.
Parsley. Just a touch of oil, just enough to make it all stick together.
What are we serving this with?
Robuchon potatoes, some heirloom carrots.
Robuchon potatoes?
Yeah, fancy French mashed potatoes.
Oh, oh, oh.
Yukon Gold potatoes. After the steamer, they go into the mill. Lots of butter. Milk, lots of horseradish. Heirloom carrots and peas. Little shank
Look at
right
that.
there.
Ooh, the love sauce.
This is ridiculous.
That is tender.
Capital T tender. You take a pork shank and elevate it with the potatoes, with the love sauce, bring in the chicken feet and getting all that collagen. I mean, it's so rich and silky and not fatty, but unctuous.
It's got all your travel and experiences all wrapped into that dish.
Delicious.
Kurabuta pork shank. Very savory, very rich flavor. This horseradish mashed potatoes is like a perfect complement.
The sauce is light and it married well with all the other flavors. It's outstanding.
I need a Boss Burger.
Love the Boss Burger. You got your rib candy, cheese. I didn't know you could make ribs better, but you can if you make them into candy.
It's one of my favorites.
Okay, what are we into, sister?
Our Boss Burger. We grind our own brisket.
You know you can buy commercial ones.
Yeah, but this works.
Okay, I'm gonna make you a little deal.
Okay.
Okay? I will guarantee that after people get to see this place, that thing is gonna be a hood ornament.
Okay. We're gonna make the rub first. Salt.
Granulated garlic, black pepper, and granulated onion?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic.
We're going to grind our brisket with a hand crank.
How many burgers do you sell a day?
50.
Okay, we're almost to one burger. Now we got the chuck, the 80-20.
We're gonna add Worcestershire, liquid smoke, and burger seasoning. We're gonna mix it up, and then we're gonna form up the burgers. Another homemade thing. So we're gonna press it, and then that's what we put on the...
Am I getting punked? Is Ashton Kutcher coming through here?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
What is this?
Oh, that's where we hang our bags. See, we use clips, so we hang our bags. They stack them in the window here, because everything's made to order. So you see, they pick their meat, they pick their bun.
People fill this out?
Yes.
This is also your dad's invention?
Yeah, that's actually original.
How many orders do we do a day?
My dad always says we did more than Chick-fil-A. So whatever Chick-fil-A did in a day, they did a little story on them. Whatever they did during the day, he was like, oh, we do that at lunchtime. And I'm like, all right. So.
Are you more like your mom or more like your dad?
My dad, for sure.
What else comes with this Crazy Town burger?
We're gonna be putting our rib candy on it.
Rib candy.
We'll start with seasoning salt, black pepper, granulated garlic, lemon pepper.
Season these up?
Yes, sir. After we season the ribs, we'll smoke them for 6 hours at about 280.
You're running that hot?
Mm-hmm. So plus or minus 20 degrees-ish.
Okay. That's really hot in the world of barbecue.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I see a lot of running 220, 230.
Well, 220 is when it's, you know, really, really cold outside or the wood's wet.
What is cold in Mobile?
For me, 50. 73, but for normal.
It is a I'm not
people,
kidding, it's a non-stop show in here.
It gets really cold.
Oh, you're so priceless. So this is a stick burner back here?
Yes, wood
Okay,
only.
That is the most difficult way to run it. It's been on fire before.
3 times in 10 years, I feel like that's pretty good.
Look at the size of this. Where's the firebox?
On the other side. Can I show you that?
Please.
Yeah.
Oh, this should be even better. What you got there?
Well, we used to use hair dryers, and they all kept melting.
So now what you got?
Well, one of our guys was like, hey, I got this thing at the house. It might work better.
Is that a fireplace insert that I see?
It is. Cast iron. It works.
This is, without question, the craziest smoker I've seen on Triple D.
Oh, thank you. We're gonna make our sauce now.
Barbecue sauce.
Right, our sweet sauce. Tomato sauce, Worcestershire sauce, liquid smoke,
A lot of brown sugar,
water, salt, chili powder, black pepper,
onion, garlic.
curry powder, and then to the sweet sauce, we add the cayenne.
Cayenne added to it is the sweet and
Sweet and
spicy.
spicy. That's gonna cook for 30-ish minutes. And then vinegar added to sweet and spicy is the spicy Carolina.
Okay, ribs are done, sauce is ready. What do we have left to make?
The rib candy. We're gonna cut all the meat off the bones,
So honey, brown sugar, and
Right.
sweet sauce.
and then we just mix it up.
And are we gonna cook this again?
Right, 350 for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
And now we're gonna make our boss burger. We'll grill our burger, toast the bun. This is the spicy Carolina sauce. This goes down this way. Cheddar cheese, topped with rib candy, of course. And then we always put more spicy Carolina sauce on the bottom and on top. And this is our boss burger.
The burger is really good. The sauce is great. I'm getting good smoke off the ribs. I thought it was too much sauce because it's only sauce, burger, and rib. A little bit of cheese, but there's so much flavor in it. And you never see rib meat by itself.
Right.
I get after this thing. I'm here in Memphis, Tennessee, in the Whitehaven neighborhood. I'm like 5 minutes from the airport. You can almost hear it. And about 15 minutes from downtown. And I've been saying to everybody, listen, I'm coming to Memphis, been here a bunch of times. I want to try some, like, true Memphis food. They say, what do you mean, barbecue? I said, I don't know, something that just really represents Memphis. They said, oh, how about a place that's doing Memphis and Caribbean together? I said, that's my kind of place. This is Trap Fusion.
Order up jambalaya pasta.
This place is the fire.
You have your southern cuisine with a gourmet twist to it.
I got a Cajun fish and grits.
It's like a melting pot of everything.
From best friends Jason Gardner and Markeith McCoy, who are pushing the limits on flavor.
Trap Fusion, take risk and prosper. The fusion part comes from the being able to take recipes and just make them our own. And we travel the world and we eat.
Where do you like to go?
You name it, we probably
California.
Just left California, actually.
Where were you?
We was in LA for Beyonce.
Nice. And how do you guys know each other?
We met in college and we wrote a menu about 15 years ago at his kitchen table.
First, you're gonna get a little hint of that Memphis smoke, and then we're gonna take it and twist it a little bit to the Caribbean style. Lamb chops getting ready for grill top.
Today I had the jerk lamb chops. Jerk on lamb is definitely different.
It was similar to a barbecue, and they were so good.
This is how we start our lamb chops. We're rubbing it with the lime, man. We got those good and clean. Gonna make our lamb marinade, water, Himalayan salt, black peppercorn, paprika, and onion powder.
A little pureed garlic?
Yes, sir. Soy sauce, olive oil. Mix it up, add the rack of lamb.
How long are we gonna marinate these for?
24 hours. Next, we're gonna make our lamb rub. Cayenne, black pepper, pink Himalayan salt again, garlic, rosemary, thyme. We're gonna season the lamb on the sheet tray. Smoke these 275 for about 4 hours. Bring it back in, slice it. We're gonna hold it for service.
What's up next?
Jerk marinade. This is gonna be used in the jerk reduction.
Got it.
Green onions and thyme. Add a little water to that. With scotch bonnets. Olive oil, allspice, nutmeg, black butcher peppercorn, the Himalayan salt.
A little more soy sauce. Got it. All right, Beyonce, let me ask you this.
Okay, come on, Frosty Tips.
Maybe it's our band name. Beyonce and Frosty Tips. All right, so what are we doing with this?
This is gonna be going into our jerk reduction.
Got it.
Orange juice, thyme, a little rosemary, onion powder, Caribbean seasoning, granulated garlic, brown sugar, a pinch of the fresh jerk marinade we just made, pimento berries, and then we'll simmer that for 2 to 3 minutes. And then we're good. Add the seared lamb chops, some of that jerk reduction. This is gonna be played with cabbage, squash, and zucchini, garnished with parsley. Come on, Frosty Tips. There you go. Ooh, Frosty.
You gotta put a ring on it.
Ah, he got me again. Ugh.
There's one thing that lamb's not missing. Flavor. You have packed it in there, my friend. That's like 10 buddies going to one concert in a Honda. The smoke is great. Taste the lamb. You definitely know it's jerk. You definitely know it has smoke, but you're kind of like bringing 3 flavors all together to the center, and you cooked them perfectly. That's a great dish.
Jerk lamb chop? Oh, yes.
It's very succulent and juicy.
You can taste the smokiness, but it's not too over the top.
They are the lamb gods. As soon as I come through the door, you can smell the flavor.
Soul rolls up.
The soul rolls are everything you'd ever want out of the South.
Goodness wrapped and deep fried.
Soul roll.
Gotta have a soul roll.
All right, we'll get into it.
Collard greens, cut them up.
garlic, olive oil, onions, adobo.
Adobo?
Adobo. Vinegar and water.
How long are we gonna let this go for?
Hour.
All right, what are we gonna do now, boss?
Well, we're gonna fry the chicken. I sprinkle our chicken with adobo.
And then just regular all-purpose flour?
All-purpose flour, simple.
Okay.
Let me put this in the fryer now.
Here we go. Let's get after this.
And what we do, we're gonna mix it all together.
Right. So we got the greens, we got the fried chicken.
This seasoned rice, that's delicious. Black-eyed peas. Okay, what we're gonna do is put a wrapper down. I'll take a little bit here, and we roll up, and we top with a little egg wash to seal it.
We take these to the fryer, cook them off for 350.
And then we just take them, and we cut them. Drizzle a little spicy honey mustard. And we do a little bit more garnish on them.
So most folks can't make it to Mertz without having the soul roll.
We try not to let them leave without having the soul roll.
That's astronaut soul food. You know how they send the astronauts their food all prepared and ready to go?
Yeah.
This is a soul food missile pop. This comes with everything combined in one easy-to-eat bite.
I gotta talk to NASA about that.
How delicious.
You guys ready to eat?
Yeah. The soul roll's got everything I like. It's phenomenal. It just pops when you eat it.
I'm in the great state of Tennessee, one of my favorites. Why? Well, home of Jack Daniels, the Grand Ole Opry, and some killer barbecue. Now, I'm in Hendersonville, about 10 miles from Nashville, on the corner of Center Point and Main Street, to check out a joint that's got a ton of character and a bunch of stories. This is Center Point Barbecue.
Brisket, corn on the cob, spicy red slaw.
The best barbecue in the South.
Pulled pork.
This is authentic as you're gonna get.
Everybody loves their barbecue.
Because when it comes to smoking meat, owner Robert Duke doesn't mess around. You're the cleanest pit master I know.
Well, I cleaned up for you. This is my Sunday best.
And the smell coming from his 3 smoke pits is like a come-and-get-it bell for the locals.
Generally, I think you can smell it about a mile away.
Just makes your taste buds want to drop by and eat it.
Whether it's a full rack of ribs, smoky beef brisket, or one of Robert's down-home family traditions.
Pulled pork.
There's no other pulled pork around that even compares to it.
This is the entire shoulder together. Okay. Not gonna mess around, bone in.
We're gonna make our marinades. Gallon mouth sauce.
2 gallons of vinegar. Now what are we gonna do?
We're gonna mop it and just, like I said, generously. Let's do a little rub. Do a little crazy pepper here.
Crazy pepper.
Let's love on it just a little bit. A little bit of salt, not much.
And that's it.
You don't want
Getting
salt.
it ready for the smoke. What are we gonna smoke it with?
Shag bark hickory.
Shag bark hickory.
We get a lot of smoke out of it.
That's important. Give me overalls, I'm staying.
Ready to go.
Let's go. Look at this monster. 225.
225, that's it.
For 18 hours.
Anything more than that's a sin. We're gonna cook fat side up, and it's just gonna keep on basting itself as it turns.
I got you. Hit it. That's black as night.
We're smoking.
What is the yield you're getting off of this thing?
At 50, 55.
55%.
Right.
It's redunculous. Look at the bark on that, man.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
You wanna bust this thing open?
It ain't gonna take much.
So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna bust it down the middle. Pull it back, just let it go, all right? We're gonna let you get your own meat out of there, so if you want over here, or you want over here, or you want up here, it's your choice.
Well, I'm gonna take a little bit up here.
That's the good part. I love that part right
I
there.
like that up there where there's more movement, you know, up in that. There you go. You get dig right up in there.
That's it.
See that right in there? Peekaboo, I see you.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
There you go. That's what we're talking about. So it comes with a whole heap of pickles, and what's that? A pancake?
It's our cornbread patty.
So I don't like putting my sauce on my meat. I like to have it there to dip.
I'm telling you.
I gotta tell you something. The pork has been cooked down to a point that you won't see very often. A little heat, a little sweet, right on your meat. Awesome job.
That's what I think barbecue should taste like.
The pulled pork is some of the best I've had anywhere.
It just melts in your mouth. It is really good.
Ready to roll on 2 fried bologna sandwiches.
There's something about a fried bologna sandwich if you're from this region, and Grill House does it so well.
So a fried bologna sandwich is a brunch item here in Louisville?
It is, yeah.
What are you nodding over there?
I think it's all the time.
Okay, good.
The first thing that we do is we make a spice kit.
I've heard it called a lot of things, but a spice kit works for me.
Grated nutmeg, dextrose, black pepper, coriander, garlic powder, some salt, curing salt, paprika, and then we've got some non-fat dry milk powder.
Milk solids, okay. You know what that's for?
Emulsifying.
Brings it together, ties it up.
We add a little bit of ice water.
This is all beef?
Yes.
So we're gonna take these two, blend them together, and start grinding. Sheet tray it, partially freeze it, cut it. This,
ready to roll?
You can get these at the carnival right here, right?
Yep.
Grind again.
I'm like resisting the urge to just reach out and touch all over it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Gonna load this guy up. So the casing, we just soak it for a second just to
make it a little pliable.
A little bit more pliable.
Real easy to do that when we're standing here and Damaris is singing.
Well, hello, Dolly. It's so nice to have you back where you belong.
He's trying to work.
After we case it, we smoke it.
And what are you smoking it with?
Cherry.
Fantastic. So some nice, great color.
We vacuum seal it and we cook it in an immersion circulator to get the temperature up to 155.
Dig it. How are you gonna make that egg, chef?
Sunny side
There
up.
you go. That's definitely not me.
That's gonna be all this girl.
Our house bologna.
Maybe we should just try a little piece for science. See how it sounded official.
Yeah, why not? There you go. I'm gonna fry this on the flat top in a little bit of butter.
I love.
I could just dip that in mustard and eat it.
And you know it's even gonna have more flavor once it heats up.
We have a brioche bun.
And what kind of cheese is that?
A New York white cheddar.
Is it always 2, or is it just because Damaris and I are both here?
It's always 2.
There you go. Little finishing salt.
Cracked pepper, a little bit of hot sauce, little baby mustard greens.
Look at that.
On your mark, get set, go.
Oh my God.
That is straight up legit awesome.
It's super flavorful.
This is kind of a cross between a nice summer sausage and a bologna. The balance is really great. And the texture's the best part about it. This is dynamite.
I like the egg. It makes it kind of saucy and messy. I don't like any sandwich that's not gonna run down my arms. So, especially in the morning, you know.
Now what are we doing?
So we're gonna do a play on the little crab Louis salad. You know, the Southern Belles down here used to do that at the tea party.
I've never been to a tea party. I've been to a kegger.
No, tea
Is that-
party.
tea party's different?
Yeah. So first thing, hoe cakes. Don't you
What?
say.
Now wait a second. I don't want to go out there into Flavor Town and say it the wrong way. So how would one say what we're gonna make next?
Hoe cake.
Hoe cakes.
Yes.
Did I get it right?
We've got self-rising cornmeal, baking soda, eggs, buttermilk, avocados,
I've never seen the avocado combo.
red pepper, onion, jalapenos, oil, cilantro.
And that's all she wrote. What do we got next?
Next, we're gonna poach the seafood. Little oil, shrimp her down.
Shrimp her down a little
Shrimp her
bit now.
down, lobster down. Water, Old Bay.
A little bit of crab boil.
Little bit of crab oil, lump crab.
Little poach being delicate.
Yep, and then we let them cool, and then we'll be ready for the salad. And put a little arugula, corn relish, and then the hoe cake is what puts it over the top.
There you go.
Shrimp, and our lobster, lump crab, mango vinaigrette.
Too pretty to eat.
It is kind of cute, isn't it?
That is delicious. There's not many salads that I would order again. I would order that every time. So I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee. Gotta love it. I mean, killer barbecue, great music, and you never know who you'll run into. So anyhow, I'm here to check out a joint that's doing grilled cheese, but grilled cheese to a different level. It's not just what they're serving, it's what they're serving it from. Get this, a food truck. This, was that? Nah. Anyhow, this is the grilled cheesery.
We have 2 Macs on the grill.
It's not trying to be fancy, it's just good and what's right.
Short rib melts.
Translation, gangster grilled cheeses and standout soups. A simple menu that Chef Crystal DeLuna Bogan and her musician husband Joseph have stuck to since they opened the truck in 2010.
I got a pimento mac going out with the soup. We got some Tennessee cheddar.
It's a monster.
It's a 40-pound block. We're gonna cut this up, shred it up for the pimento mac and cheese base.
So you're gonna cut the cheese?
I'm gonna cut this cheese with this knife.
So no processed cheese in this crew.
No, sir.
Delicious, okay. So cheese is done.
We're gonna make some mayo. Eggs, garlic, our spice mix, paprika, cayenne, pepper, and then
Hot sauce?
Hot sauce. Again, the mayo.
The slow stream.
So stream, and then the oil. So this kind of replaces the whole roux
I gotcha.
situation. This actually makes it a lot more gooey, and we love our mayo here in the South. All right, now we just assemble. So we got our mac, already cooked it, and just some salted boiling water, a little oil. We got our mayo
this
base.
girl thinks she was some pretty little bartender. This girl been cooking.
And here comes the good stuff. We got our cheese.
I'm digging it.
We just want a little bit of noodle, just for some texture, but it's mostly about the cheese.
Righteous.
And then we're just gonna add our roasted peppers. So that's basically it. Assembly time. So we're gonna butter the bread.
Okay.
This is our special butter mix.
Which is
Butter and mayo.
I like it.
Pimento mac and cheese, some of our beautiful local tomatoes, bacon bits, and then we finish it off with the same cheddar that we've just sliced.
And we go to the grill.
Yeah.
Get it.
Then we press it down.
How long does that take to melt?
About 2.5 minutes on each side. It's all melty. Cut it on halfway. We present it open faced so you can see all the goodness.
Okay.
We'll serve it up with some of our house-made pickles.
So the roasted red pepper and tomato soup.
Little basil oil on top, pimento mac and cheese. Melts.
So I gotta try this sandwich by itself.
What do you think about that?
You know what, I'll tell you something. If you're left with just pimento by itself, well, there's not enough texture.
Yeah.
Texture was the one. But you put the pasta in there and the tomato. A little bit of spice coming out of that as well. This is where it goes on. Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
That's so good. I'm gonna go into like a little dream sequence. I am telling you what, this just takes me back to childhood.
It's a labor of love, so we better produce.
And call it the grilled cheesery?
We're the place where grilled cheeses are made.
We're the place that dreams about grilled cheeses are fulfilled.
I gotta see some chicken dumplings. So how do we make it here?
We baked the chickens for Wednesday. We have baked chicken on the menu. My dad wanted to incorporate leftovers into an entree, not to waste the food, so he started doing chicken and dumplings.
Cram everybody in.
Put a little water in the pan to kind of braise it, and I'm gonna coat it with a little margarine so that the seasoning sticks. Salt, black pepper, chili powder, brown sugar, a little paprika.
Pop in the oven.
350 for about an hour and 20 to an hour and 30 minutes. Pull that out, drain it.
That'll get shredded, and we'll start building the gravy.
Yeah.
Got it.
We're gonna start off with a little margarine, melt that down, saute a little celery. We're gonna do a little onion.
When he says little, he's little.
A lot of garlic. You're getting a lot of the seasoning that's already been in here.
In the chicken?
Yes, the leftover drippings from the baked chicken. Stir that around. After all the vegetables have been sauteed, gonna add some water to it. More garlic.
Very nice.
We like the garlic here. Black pepper, white pepper, poultry seasoning, which has got, a little sage.
The sage, big key.
Mix those seasonings, add a little chicken base.
Chicken flavor and salt.
The next thing we add is the chicken.
A lot of big flavor coming out of the bones and the skin.
Yep. Boil the chicken for about 45 minutes to an hour.
So you're gonna cook in this and fortify this stock.
Yep.
Strain that out so you supplement what you have left over from Wednesday.
Exactly.
Got it? Now we've got our clear stock ready to work with.
And now we're gonna make the dumplings.
Dig it?
I do my all-purpose and self-rising.
I'm wearing black, you have flour, I'm gonna stand back. You're using a combo, because all-purpose wouldn't rise, it would just make a hard rock.
Sprinkle a pinch of salt.
Please tell me that is straight up lard.
Oh, this is straight up lard.
This is where you're gonna get that real unctuous flavor. We're basically making biscuits. We're gonna cut that lard into that flour and tighten it up with some ice water.
Yep.
We got the right consistency here. Now we'll flour the board, roll it out, make the dumplings.
You got it.
You got a rolling pin, son?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look at that. How long has that been around? It says it right there. It says legally stolen from Abe Lincoln.
And it's important we put a little extra flour on them because it helps the stock thicken up.
You're not too worried that it's exact size. You just want to make sure they don't stick together.
Yeah.
If you look at this little square right now, this thing's going to become about that big around. It's going to be awesome.
Add these in here. Got to stir them immediately.
Right off the bat, it'll stick.
You got it.
Look how they start to puff up. I want to eat that.
Cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then when there's about 10 minutes left, we're gonna add the chicken. So the chicken heats back up. Just take the whole pan, dump it in there. Why not? Good to go.
That's how we do it. Oh, man. Oh.
It's thickened up real good.
Look at that. That's a good looking dumpling right there. That's about as old school as you're gonna find them.
All right.
Some of that roasted chicken in there. I'm just stoned so I can shovel it all in. It's a nice day out. These are good spoons. Creaminess, tender chunks of chicken. I almost finished the whole bowl in that time.
Good stuff. Appreciate it, man.
Peach cobbler ready.
It's fresh Georgia peaches and couldn't be better.
Georgia peach cobbler.
Walk me through it, boss.
A little water, a little bit of butter, egg, sugar.
I assume this is the crust we're making.
This is the crust. Shortening, add it to our flour, and mix it real well. We're gonna add our mixture.
Just tacky enough that it'll hold together. So just lightly roll this out, almost like we're making a biscuit.
Exactly.
So we're gonna bake this ahead of time without the peaches in it so it gets nice and crusty on the bottom.
Yes.
While that's doing, we'll make the filling.
Yes.
Got it. Peaches are peeled. This is a staple in Georgia.
Staple. Water, vanilla flavoring, sugar, butter, nutmeg, cinnamon, brown sugar.
And the little cornstarch slurry.
Yes.
Fresh peaches. This goes into the blind baked crust on the bottom. We hit the other crust on the top of that and then bake it off again.
Yes, sir.
Let's see this.
All right, you ready for the flavor of the South? Here we go.
Look at this. That is about one of the most honest desserts I've had in the last 10 years on Triple B. The simple biscuit crust. It's a little bit of sugar, it's a little bit of vanilla. You're highlighting the peach. Outstanding.
Thank you, sir.
Peach cobbler?
The peach cobbler, delicious. Love the crust in it and those Georgia peaches.
Can't beat it. You gonna sleep right after?
I was just gonna say, can you get out of here without falling asleep at the table?
Go to sleep right after.
Fried shrimp and tilapia.
I'm telling you, you guys do not know what blessing you have here.
Yeah, we did.
You do?
Oh, yes.
Crunch burger.
I've never had anything like it before.
So what makes it crunch?
Pork rinds.
I know pork rinds, chicharrones we have in California. This is what it's coming from?
There's smoked dehydrated pork fat that we're gonna fry it. No.
Not so much crunch.
Not yet.
Let's fry 'em.
Let's go.
Fries up. So this is it. A little barbecue rub on there. And then these will actually go on the burger?
They actually go on top of the burger.
Better hurry up and make them.
All right.
One burger or two burgers?
Well, you get 2 burger patties.
I'll roll out of here.
Smash them out.
Nice technique.
A little hamburger season. This is minced onion, garlic, seasoned salt, a little black pepper. This is our spicy barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Put a little bit of that on the burger patty.
Same basis of how you start your other barbecue sauce?
It is exactly the same, followed by some cheddar cheese. Now we have to do secret stuff. All right, burger's ready. Juke sauce.
Who?
Juke sauce comes from down in Mississippi, juke joints. Cheesy goodness. And last but not least, pork rinds. That's a crunch burger.
I like it.
Smash.
That chicharron in there. The juke sauce is great too. Burgers cook perfectly. Nice melt on the cheese. You got all the produce you need in there, but it's when you get that extra little crunch out of that chicharron. Dynamite burger.
Thank you.
Cooked right, seasoned right, enough ingredients, ridiculously too big, and the chicharron made it.
Thank you.
Thank you much, world champion.
It's a fistful of hamburger. Just so many different flavors. This is really killer.
Whole fried chicken?
That's our signature item. I can stand with that.
Let's make a mess on paper. So we're gonna inject the bird.
Cajun Creole butter.
Like something you buy. Go, so you move it around a little bit. There you go. But you don't go through the skin because then it can have a chance to leak. Now you have to be a little bit choosy about the marinade you do because it's got a bunch of sugar in it to burn your oil.
Exactly. Legs and thighs first.
40 minutes?
40 minutes.
You gonna dunk it or serve it?
We're gonna dunk it.
Look at that.
That's the magic.
The corruption. By the way, I am taking the corruption home with me.
All right.
Oh my gosh. You can really pick up the flavor of that garlic butter.
You really don't need a knife.
Look how tender and juicy that is. And that's it. It's not really oily. I think people think, oh, you fried it, it's gotta be all oily. Take our first family photo. Looks like us, doesn't it? You're off the chain, man. I gotta tell you. Wow, that's good. This is like real chicken.
Oh, exactly.
What do you think?
Oh, it is. It's very good chicken.
It's great. It's wonderful.
Hot wings here are great.
Mama don't even cook it better than that.
You ever had this chicken? It's crazy. You got a lot to be proud of.
Thank you.
If you live within 300 miles of this joint, you should be getting yourself over here. Right quick now. You know what I do? Chicken's free. Napkins are $500 each. at Green Mesquite Barbecue in Austin, Texas.
2 chopped beefs.
Gracias.
Owner Tom Davis has been making his favorites since '88.
Beef plate, potato salad, bean. Their barbecue is the best in town.
From brisket and ribs.
The ribs are really tasty.
To scratch-made jambalaya.
This is Texas jambalaya.
All kinds of sandwiches.
Catfish po' boy.
And even this Texas favorite.
Chicken fried steak.
Big here?
Very big here. Start out with eggs.
And how long you guys been making this?
20 years.
Really?
20 years. All right, milk. Whole milk only, please.
Okay, so this is it.
Eggs or whisk. All right, we got your self-rising flour, seasoned pepper.
So it's salt, sugar, pepper, and then red, yellow, and green bell peppers that are dried.
It's a sweet black pepper is what I call it.
I love this bell pepper thing in here.
That's wonderful. And it adds a little bit to it. Ranch, rye, russet mix. Once you get it all nice and mixed up, all this.
Wow, that's a lot of seasoning. How do you go flour, blah, blah, blah?
I go milk.
So you don't put the flour on first. I come from the school, if you put the flour on it first, it helps the egg wash stick to the flour.
Everybody says that.
Yeah, I mean, who cares about those culinary procedures and processes?
And I get yelled at every time I do it. I probably do it backwards. We double dip all our chicken fried steaks.
So I just gotta have a thick batter on it.
According to my employer. Oh, so sorry, so sorry.
You know what? I'm telling you something.
This from here.
Throw another basket on top?
Yep, because it will float for about 3 minutes. She's ready. Check, 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 check.
Get away. You know, shake, shake, shake me into ER.
Very hot.
That close to my toast.
And smear all kinds of gravy on it.
You can cut it with a fork, so you gotta know you got some tender factor there. So I like it. I think I pick up that ranch dressing in there a little bit. That's probably the crunchiest or the biggest batter I found on one.
I love it. I love it.
It's half gone. I'll be over here.
I've been able to take wings out of people's hands.
No, I could take it too.
Oh, heaven.
A po' boy means a sandwich. You got shrimp po' boy and oyster po' boy and ham po' boy.
The roast beef is the best.
And it's the one that made Parasol's a local legend.
This is the best.
Not one of the best.
No, this is the best.
This is the best.
Yes, absolutely.
By the way, this is Ross who sent us the email that said I gotta come here. What makes it so good?
This just melts in your mouth.
Jeff puts a little TLC in his po' boy.
Yes, he does. That'd be Jeff Carreras.
Roast beef.
Who bought this joint 10 years ago.
Oyster.
And kept things the way they've always been, especially the roast beef. This is what was taught to you?
Yeah, this was handed down from the Pasteur family, which owned Parasols. Take an inside round, get it nice and lean, to be boiled.
Boiled, not roasted.
Not roasted.
I don't know, man. That scares me.
And you let me know. To the hot tub.
Just water, no seasoning?
Straight water, no seasoning.
That doesn't make any sense.
The seasoning comes afterwards.
Okay. Now, how long do these go down for?
About an hour and a half.
We're going completely cooked. We're not looking for any medium rare.
No medium rare here, dude.
Just boiled beef. I'm expecting something big. I mean, they email me and say, you gotta go to the Parasol, you gotta go to the Parasol.
We'll get your taste buds dancing here in a little bit.
Now what happens?
Let it cool a little bit, and then we'll slice it up, throw some gravy on it, and ready to be served.
Our hot cauldron?
From that stock is when we mix together the seasonings to make the gravy. Some flour, some oil, a little black pepper, garlic powder, a little salt.
What was that, 2 cups, 3 cups of garlic powder?
Pretty much about a 1 pounder.
How much gravy is this gonna make?
4 gallons of gravy.
Wow.
A little kitchen bouquet for color.
And you make this how many times a week?
Every day.
You make this every day?
Every day.
This is gonna go into the boiling cauldron?
Yep. Try not to get any on you, man. Nothing but brown gravy.
Taste this. Wow. I wouldn't kick that out of the sandwich.
No, indeed not. That's what makes it.
You can serve that on my flip-flop. It tastes good.
It's nice and easier to slice once it's cold, you know?
It was like beef jerky, dude.
Dry, no flavor. For now. From here, we're just putting gravy on it, sticking it into the oven, about an hour or so, if that.
Dude, you better be delivering. Roast beef is done?
Final outcome of it.
Now you're going to show me, the roast beef po' boy, that you won all these awards for. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at that thing.
Cut that bread in half.
Okay, now we toast this?
Not yet.
We toast the bread, though, right?
We do toast the bread.
You like to toast the bread after you put everything on it?
Yes.
Is that enough?
That's for one side, sure. Lock it out, man.
And this is how you make it?
That is pretty much the roast beef po' boy. Stick it in the oven, let it toast the bread nice and toasty for a couple minutes.
Mister, I just put lettuce in the oven. What's that all about? Toast the bread ahead of time.
No, it's not the way we do things around here.
Evidently.
Dig into that.
That roast beef is capital T tender, man.
Oh, yeah, it just falls apart as dry as it was earlier.
From as dry as it was, juicy, meshy, creamy. That's legit right there. But I gotta tell you, dude, that's great. When I saw that roast beef, I'm like, there's no way the gravy's gonna save this. Nice job, brother. So I'm here in El Paso, Texas. I'm in a strip mall, and I'm looking for, wait for it, barbecue. No, wait. Listen. I felt the exact same way. I mean, El Paso, Texas, real deal barbecue, strip mall. You got to be kidding me. Until I heard about this dude. He's got a big monster smoker that's a stick burner. I mean, no gas assist. It's real deal. This is Desert Oak Barbecue.
Pull these briskets.
Everything I've ever tried on this menu is awesome.
Run them in.
So there's a lot of great food in this town. Is there a lot of barbecue?
Not really. It's the only barbecue that I consider barbecue.
What's different about here is the way they smoke it.
Which is a trick that owners Rich Funk and his wife Suzanne have borrowed from another part of the Lone Star State.
It's a Central Texas-style barbecue, which they use oak.
This is a stick burner barbecue.
Yeah.
So you're back there and you got to keep this thing rolling.
We cook day and night.
And the specialty of the house is?
El Paso stuffed potato.
Here you go, El Paso potato with brisket.
Stuffed baked potato is powerful, you know? You get that baked potato and cheese and beans, and you have beautiful, moist brisket.
It'll definitely fill you up.
What are we making first?
Jalapenos toreados, and we're gonna top the El Paso stuffed potato with them. Roast the jalapenos.
No oil, no nada.
Lime juice, soy sauce.
And the onions.
Marinate overnight.
What's our next step?
We're gonna prepare the potatoes. We wrap it in foil, throw it in the smoker.
How long does it take to cook?
About 4 hours.
I can put on there what type of meat I want?
Yeah.
I want to see what the brisket's all about.
Big old fat brisket right here. We're gonna trim it, and we need a perfect shape.
And where did you learn this crazy technique?
It was a lot of trial and error.
You've been on trial a lot? Now, Salt and Pepper City.
This is ready to go in the smoker. 18 hours, between 250 and 275.
Make it happen, Captain.
All right, let's make a potato. I'm gonna roll it, soften it up.
Beat it up is more like it.
You know, it's just a garnish at this point.
Some butter.
Salt, pepper, cheese, sour cream, some chives, and some brisket. That's a 1/4 pound right there. Some beans, and our jalapeno.
Anybody ever eat the whole thing?
Yeah.
What football team do you play for? There's a lot more going on in this than what most people would call the average stuffed baked potato. Oh, toreado is one of my new favorite things. One thing I like on your brisket, it's not overly smoky, nicely seasoned, good bark, beans are delicious. The whole thing is a package deal, man, besides the fact that it's not a human size. It's like 4 human sizes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right, Jesse, do your thing.
When I'm hungry, I definitely get the stuffed potato. Great flavors, great zest to it.
The brisket is just consistently moist in the middle. Incredible.
Okay, what are we making next?
We are making the batter for the corn dog shrimp. Dipsy dog corn dog mix.
That's very old school.
A lot of fairs and circuses and stuff like that use it. We're gonna go in with the water, and we're gonna jump on it with a whisk.
All right, so see how nice and creamy that is? So it'll really coat to that shrimp.
Here we go.
21.25 shrimp.
Grab them by the tail.
By the tail.
Dump them in.
Okay. Gotta set them in there nice and easy. Float them
Set
a bit.
it in and let it go.
That's so it doesn't just sink to the bottom. Let her fry.
There you go.
What?
Corn dog shrimp ready to go.
Perfect them babies are.
Pretty proud of yourself on these, aren't you?
Yes.
Get in after it.
Oh, yeah. They're so good.
It tastes like a corn dog. Sweet, crunchy batter.
Straight from the fair.
Straight from the fair.
Straight from the fair.
Not salty.
The corn dog shrimp is something I've never had, and I'll be back to Pinky's weekly because they're so good.
Corn dog shrimp.
The breading they use on there with the shrimp inside, it's extra sweet.
It's always fresh shrimp. It's great stuff.
Fox Brothers Burger up in the window.
The Fox Brothers burger is a mouthful.
It's sort of a misnomer to call it a burger. It's not a burger at all. It's brisket.
You can tell it's just smoked all day on the hickory, and your hair smells like it when you leave, and that's how you know you're at a good barbecue joint.
All right, let's get after it.
This is a certified Angus beef. Just trim down this fat just a little bit. Now we're gonna season our brisket with our salt and pepper seasoning.
Brisket with salt and pepper. That is as Texas as it comes. Now we're gonna go to the smoker.
We're gonna go to the smoker.
Great.
We cook it overnight, 10 to 12 hours at 200, 205 degrees.
Basically as low as it'll go.
Yep.
Let's go. So now what are we into?
Our homemade barbecue sauce.
Bring it, doctor.
We got a homemade ketchup. We got some vinegar.
Distilled white?
Yep.
Next up,
Hot sauce.
anybody particular?
Texas Pete, of
Yeah,
course.
there you go.
Well, Texas
Made in
love.
Carolina.
Texas Pete, made in Carolina, used in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Next up,
Black pepper. Granulated garlic.
blackstrap molasses.
Yep.
Okay.
Brown sugar. Worcestershire sauce. Chili powder.
Was that silent grunting?
Yeah, that's what we do in the South. When you like something, you just go,
Onion powder.
Onion powder.
And last but not least,
Salt. Just let it come at the tip and simmer for about 30, 40 minutes.
beautiful. What are we making now?
We're making pimento cheese.
Let's get into it.
Cheddar cheese, pepper jack cheese.
You know what? If you're gonna try it, I just feel like I should try it
You
too.
better get right in there.
Mayonnaise, pimentos, a little pepper, and for some heat, cayenne pepper. Mix it up by hand. Let's make a patty for our Fox Brothers burger.
All right, let's make a burger.
So we're gonna take this brisket.
Oh my gosh, that's good. Get after it, Zorro.
We got some of our house-made jalapeno mayo right here, pimento cheese patty, and we're gonna take this beautiful thing and throw it under the salamander.
We gotta hurry up and get this burger out before Rutledge eats all of the other brisket. Rutledge! I'm sorry. Here we go. Hit it.
Take our toasted bun. We got some of our peppered bacon, a couple pickles, tomato, onion.
That's a chopped beef sandwich. Call it a burger.
Call it a burger.
I like it. Oh, that's a great burger. You just like cleaning up over there like a lion that just ate a gazelle.
I don't know what happened. I went after mine.
It's super tender brisket. When you chop that brisket up, you get a chance to incorporate that fat.
Yeah.
So it makes it even a little bit more unctuous. And adding the pimento cheese and adding the veggies on top of it brings that burger element to it.
That's Fox Brothers right there.
Damn, man. Come on. All right, that's full speed, man. That's all throttle, no bottle, man. That is just getting it done. If you're looking for a place that's got like a neighborhood hang and the menu's kind of like chefed up pub food, well, I hear this is your joint. This is Bottle Cap. She's dangerous. Trained ninja in flavor. Besides cook, what else do you do?
Golf is my second passion. I ended up going and playing collegiately out in Arizona.
You played college golf?
Yeah, and then I started doing the Remax World Long Drive competitions.
What's the farthest you ever hit the ball?
326.
Get out!
Beast of a sandwich.
And she's also crushing it with the menu here.
Titan sandwich is huge, from the burger itself to the chicken tender to the jalapeno popper. It's so good.
It looks intimidating, but I feel like we could tackle it.
Just a simple sandwich.
What's that called?
The Titan.
It's called the death of me.
We are doing our buttermilk marinade for our chicken tenders. Eggs, hot sauce, salt, and our garlic.
How long is it gonna stay in this marinade?
Leave it overnight.
Next up?
Cornflake breading that we're gonna dredge chicken in. AP flour, cornflakes.
So we hit all these in the food processor prior?
Yep. Garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, black pepper.
A little salt.
Mix everything up.
So chicken, dredge.
And we are gonna head over to the fryer at 375 for 6-7 minutes.
What else is on this Titan?
Snappy sauce.
Can you say it without smiling?
No.
This is snappy.
This is snappy sauce.
Okay, just hang on.
This is our snappy. You're killing me.
All right, here we go. I'm a professional at this. What's next?
We are making our snappy sauce for our Titan sandwich. I had it and you lost it.
We've just proven, folks, that there's no way to say snappy sauce and not laugh.
Start off with our pepperdew peppers.
Great peppers.
Pulse these up a little bit. Next, we got our Worcestershire, cayenne, hot sauce. Then we actually reserve some of the pepperdew juice, mayo.
And copious amounts of ketchup.
Blend that up a little bit.
It's delicious. Sweet, spice, fat. Think about Thousand Island with an attitude. I dig it.
We are going to make our onion ring batter, and we use our pancake batter.
Very cool.
Flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt, sugar. Oh, thanks. Our light beer lager. Slice up the onions, go straight into the beer batter.
Onion rings down.
And mozzarella stick.
And the jalapeno poppers are down. I gotta watch the prior. It's my job.
Our burger patties, salt, pepper smash, snappy sauce, lettuce, tomato, our house-made bread and butter pickles.
House-made.
We're gonna go down with our American cheese, bacon going on top, a little bit of steam, double stacking our patties.
Good fries, I'm telling you that much.
Chicken tender, more snappy sauce, our onion ring. Top that off with a mozzarella stick, jalapeno popper, and a pepperoncini.
Right? The chicken tender was perfectly cooked, nice and moist, great breading on the outside of it. From the hot burger and the melting cheese to the cold tomato, cold lettuce. There was just a nice little juxtaposition there. There's two things that really stand out. One is the snappy sauce. Oh, dynamite.
Thank you.
The pepperdew is a kiss of acidity and sweetness. Two, the bread and butter pickles that you guys make are awesome. Served up with dynamite fries. You order a burger like that, you'll be telling all your friends about Bottle Cap.
Titan sandwich for you.
The chicken is just really, really scrumptious.
You get the spice from the jalapeno popper on top.
This is kind of like the Saturday thing.
You just keep it rounded out to like 2 or 3 of them at one time?
Maybe, depends on the day.
So I'm here in Boston, and we're here to check out a joint where this dude, he's been running up and down these streets forever.
He's had his grandfather here, his uncle, his cousins, everybody.
You say the food's legit?
Absolutely.
Awesome. This is Polly's.
We're gonna need a lot more clam chowder. It's gonna be busy today.
It's just good New England food. It's fresh. Lobster roll.
If I have people from out of town, this is where I'm bringing them.
USS Lobstitution, pick up.
The USS Lobstitution. This is 10x your typical lobster roll. I never can eat it on my own, but I've tried more times than I care to admit.
Where's this lobster coming from?
Okay.
And don't say the sea.
It's all locally sourced.
Okay.
New England lobster. So we got claw meat.
Poached off.
And we have knuckle meat. We like to start with some mayo, lemon juice.
So it's the lobster stock when the lobster came in.
I like that.
That's all that we're putting in for seasoning?
The bread's gonna do all the work and the lobster meat's gonna do all the talking.
This is about the most straightforward that I've seen, besides eating it on the boat.
This is what we normally do. You know what? For you guys, we're gonna make you something special.
Thanks, Paulie.
What a nice guy.
Whoa. Holy
Biggest
moly.
lobster roll in Boston.
What gave you this idea? This is insane.
We like to do crazy things here at Pauly's. Split it on the top.
You hit it with some of that butter. All right, on the grill.
Throw that on the grill.
How many ounces of lobster are going in this thing?
It's almost 2 pounds of meat.
That is insane. Are we gonna Lady and Tramp this thing, or should I do this hat?
No, we're not doing that.
That is pure lobster. Man, is this thing good.
It is not hiding in anything. You get the butteriness and the sweetness of the lobster shining through. That lobster stock adds a lot of moisture. There's a little bit of mayonnaise in there just for a little touch of some extra fat.
Normally, you get a lobster roll and it's kind of heavy. This is so light.
That's legit and probably the most honest lobster roll I've ever tried. Oh, dynamite.
I have the USS Lobstitution.
Fantastic sandwich, not a lot of fluff.
Tastes like it just came out of the water.
Big pig in the window.
What's our first step?
The house barbecue rub.
For the pork butt that we're getting ready to smoke.
Sea salt, brown sugar, paprika, garlic powder, ground cumin,
Black pepper.
ancho chili,
A little wild card, ground ginger.
We actually like to let it rest overnight.
Very nice. And what are we smoking with?
Hickory wood. 250 for 5-ish hours. Pull it off, and we put it through our meat grinders on the kidney die, which gives us big chunks. Add ground pork.
Cook raw, coming together.
A little bit more of our barbecue rub, minced garlic, ground bacon trimming from the butcher shop, kitchen patty.
8 ounces?
5 1/2.
That's big.
And boom.
Next step, what are we into?
Pork tenderloin.
No, wait. I'm no butcher, but
Those are bone-in chops. Tenderloin is almost always not an actual tenderloin. It's a tender, 2 words, loin. To tenderize it a little bit more, we do a buttermilk brine. Hot water from the tap, salt, garlic powder, black pepper, fresh rosemary, ice cold buttermilk.
brine for how long?
24 hours up to 48 hours.
Got it.
Standard breading, so we're going flour, whisked eggs, and breadcrumbs.
Fry that off, and we're getting a couple sauces on this?
We're gonna do a barbecue sauce. We're gonna do a ranch.
Let's see it.
So we've got eggs, salt, sour cream,
You want to do the drizzle?
All right, baby.
canola oil. All right, so we got fresh rosemary, scallions, minced garlic, celery seeds, fresh sage,
Little
white
vinegar?
and a little bit of brown mustard. Fresh ranch dressing.
Are you hungry?
I brought my towel. I'm ready.
So we got our pulled pork burger, 3 cheeses, pepper jack, cheddar,
I
provolone.
don't even know that you have a board big enough to list everything that is on this.
So we're gonna start with ranch. Top bun gets our andouille spread, which is a spicy, spreadable salami. Our house barbecue sauce. B&B jalapenos.
Bread and butter pickle, B&B.
B&B. First,
Oh, yeah.
second, third. Grab yourself some, guys.
Here's looking at you, brother.
Oh, he owns this. Wow. Bread and butter jalapenos is my new favorite thing. My favorite part of the whole thing, though, is the pulled pork patty. You know, there's a lot of great food here in Sacramento, California, between the Sierras and San Francisco, but probably a place you wouldn't expect to find would be a burger joint where they put as much cheese on their burger as they do meat. You're gonna love it. Oh!
A 1/3 pound burger and a 1/3 pound of cheese.
What's called a 5-napkin burger. Messy, juicy, and tasty.
It's the squeeze with cheese, an off-the-hook burger covered in cheddar.
Best burgers in Sacramento.
That is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Well, you see the cheese just hangs out here. It's very crisp and just cheesy. Kind of wakes up the taste buds before you bite in the big juicy burger.
What time do you open?
10 o'clock.
And they're already lining up
I drive across town for this.
at this tiny 12-stool dive called the Squeeze In.
It's hard to find a seat in this place, so when you find one, you gotta sit down and enjoy it.
I think that's why they must call it the Squeeze In.
Have a good day.
Owner Travis Hossauer bought this place 6 years ago, and he's keeping a 30-year tradition alive and kicking.
That one got a little big on me there, but we're gonna, it's just gonna go right.
Hold.
There, we'll fold it up.
That is a good-looking burger. See, I like flat top burgers.
Yeah.
I enjoy them because you get that little caramelized crisp there. It's almost, it's the fat. Oh yeah. Oh, there's a little crunch.
We're gonna throw some cheese on here. Just grab a handful. It comes out, I don't know, it's about a quarter pound or what, but we lay that on there.
Did they ask for extra?
No, that's normal.
That's as much cheese as it is burger.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then comes the totally out-of-bounds way they finish them off. A handful of ice.
All that's gonna do is generate steam. We're gonna take the bun like this, throw it on top. I'm gonna throw a little more ice on there. And then you're gonna put the hood on.
That does not make, I mean, it makes sense. Who invented this?
I think the previous owner got it going. Pretty unique and original.
Pretty unique?
People love it.
This is what's so cool about it. It cooks the cheese. You add the steam factor, steams the bun, keeps the burger juicy. There's components of cooking going on here that I don't think anybody would have designed it and said, this is how this is gonna work, but this really works.
It does.
I mean, this really works.
I'm pulling the hood off.
Wow.
So that's it right there. See how the cheese is all melted down on there? Now that bun,
Now, where does all the cheese go with it?
It's all gonna go with it. I'll make it all up.
Oh, fried cheese like that.
Yep. See, it's bubbling off there. A lot of times, if you do it right, you can get to the counter in time, the cheese is still bubbling.
That is money. Look at that.
Absolutely wonderful.
How much of that do you get through?
Surprisingly, almost the whole thing.
No.
Yeah.
The standard squeeze comes done upright.
Mayonnaise, mustard, long sliced dill pickles, a couple tomatoes.
The long sliced dill pickle, that's also part of the...
It is. And it's a refrigerated pickle, so it's not one of those real heavy vinegary. It's more of a crisp pickle taste that really jumps out at you. Oh, it's great.
You got all your options, too.
Bacon burger, mushroom burger. We can add jalapenos, avocado.
I can have whoever's next to order.
And when the squeeze in gets rocking...
Okay, that's order for 10 right there at 11:30.
And so does Travis.
So there's 4 ready to roll.
That's crazy.
And then we're just gonna come in and slice it. Watch your toes, man. It's hot stuff.
Wrong day to wear flip-flops. Who cooks with you?
I'll do all the cooking by myself.
Up to 10 hours a day, non-stop. I mean, dude, you are full throttle. And don't think this is easy.
Yeah, you gotta really cut, push hard. There you go, you gotta get the fork on it. Okay, the burger.
Where? Burger?
Yep, there you go.
It's hard to figure out where you land it. I can't even find the burger underneath it. I guess it's okay to make a mess here?
If you don't make a mess, you're not doing it right.
You're not doing it right? Doesn't have the right flavor? I think I gotta loosen them up first. Aha! That's the key. Coming over hot.
Perfect. You're there, man. I might as well just go home.
Yeah.
You're dialed in.
Yeah. You might as well go home. And even if you master the melting of the cheese, you still gotta master the eating of the cheese.
Gotta grab it just like that.
Known at the squeeze in as the skirt. Now you took your skirt off.
I take part of it off, eat it.
You gotta fold it in, and you gotta rip the side a little bit.
Now, do you eat the part that you're tearing off?
Yeah.
Hold the burger with one hand and never let it go, and eat your fries with the other hand.
It can be a bit messy.
Beef ribs.
I refer to them as Fred Flintstone ribs.
There's so much on there you can't even eat it all.
All right, brother.
We're into our beef ribs. Bone-in chuck ribs.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that's one rack. Getting a little of the skin off the back.
Done.
Take as much fat off as we possibly can.
Really, all the way down?
Yeah, we want that rub to get into it. We don't want it to have to penetrate the fat.
And we're using Mama's rub again on this?
Oh, yeah. And go to the smoker. 230 for about 5 hours.
Okay.
All right, pickle time.
What type of cucumber is this?
We use English cucumbers. Sliced onions, a little bit of bell pepper.
Okay.
Garlic. This is what Mama taught us. We're gonna salt these and then ice them. That ice will slowly melt and just slowly salt them. Gives them a little bit more of a crunch, we think.
How long does that go?
2 to 3 hours. Then we're gonna make our brine.
Let's see it.
Start off with apple cider vinegar, a bit of sugar, mustard seed, celery seed, and turmeric.
That's where your color is.
Oh, yeah. Now we can add our cucumber mix. Right when they come to a boil, we'll get a good stir on them, into the walk-in, chill them,
and ready for service.
Yes.
All right, Haas and Pfeffer, what do you got?
This is Mama's mustard. Start with apple cider vinegar, a little bit of egg yolk,
a bunch of dry mustard.
And we'll hit the sugar, break up those yolks, and then our standard yellow mustard. Mix that, put it in a double boiler, cook it till it gets to about 100, 185 degrees, and it is fantastic. I put this on cold pizza.
On cold pizza?
Yeah, it's good on everything.
All right.
Yeah. Beef ribs right out of the smoker. 2 ribs per half rack.
Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at the smoke ring on that. Dude, that is championship right there. That's no joke. tender, not dried out. That is a righteous rib. That's got its own voodoo going on right there. Okay, so now a little mustard.
Yeah.
Oh, that goes great with that rib. And the bread and butter pickle, still enough body to it, still enough crunch, good amount of acid, nice little bit of sweetness to it. Like all the onion, that was a good pickle. That's a real good pickle. You look at the smoke ring on that beef rib, and you look at the size of it, it's just simple, straightforward, good. Nice job, buddy.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Got a half rack beef.
They're juicy, they're smoked. They're the best beef ribs I've ever had.
Homemade pickles are just phenomenal.
The mustard's fantastic. Very difficult to beat.
Mama's is my favorite restaurant in Louisville.
We all love it, and we love them for it.
I've had a lot of beef ribs. Those are rating at the top.
Thank you.
Nice
Thank you
job.
very much. Love it.
Well done.
On Triple D, we've been to every state in the country. We have been to the big cities, and we've been to the small towns. And wait till you hear this story. A husband and wife team, well, actually, a husband and wife team and their kids. Well, actually, it's a husband and wife team and their kids, and his parents are serving up comfort food to the good folks of Laramie, Wyoming. This is Jay's Prairie Rose Cafe.
Philly cheesesteak going down.
They treat you like family here and good home cooking.
And enough to feed a guy your size?
Oh, yeah.
I got the load of hash.
It's just a fixture in Laramie.
And Jason and Anna Eichbush have 3 generations working to keep this community fed.
Dad helps and Mom helps on the weekends, and I have my older kids cooking.
You got a whole family affair going on here.
Getting sausage on the tower.
How do you describe what is going on here at the Prairie Rose?
Hometown diner.
Jay's 7220 burrito.
The 7220 burrito is named after the altitude of Laramie. The filling in that is hash browns, sauteed vegetables with this slightly spicy green chili.
Start cooking, good looking.
We're gonna be making our pork rub.
For our pork.
For our pork.
And this is all going for the 7992 burrito.
7220.
Dang.
Start with our chili powder, ground cumin, a mess of kosher salt.
A mess now.
Brown sugar, granulated garlic, paprika.
A good amount of cayenne.
Onion powder.
Black pepper and dry mustard. Throw it in a little braising, what is apple cider vinegar?
It's a mixture of water and liquid smoke.
All right, so hit that with the dry rub.
I like to go in a convection oven, about 4.5 hours.
What's the next step?
We're gonna make our famous green chili. Start by seasoning the pork. Garlic powder and seasoned salt. Butter in our pot.
I thought that was orange juice.
Just a little bit
So
of butter.
just a touch of butter.
Yeah. So we got our ground pork, diced onions. Let this cook 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
When we're done making this roux, we're gonna add it.
Which way? I got it.
This is just water, chicken stock. This is the base to the green chili. Diced tomatoes. You can't have green chili
without
green chili. Jalapenos, garlic, cumin, chili powder, paprika, black pepper, and some seasoned salt.
This will cook down. Pork and onions will cook. Then we'll add the flour, make the roux, dump it in, the whole thing will be done.
Yeah.
And this is the chili that goes on top of the 722.
7220.
7220. Son of a... By the end of this, I'll get it right. All right, let's get started.
So we'll have our hash browns on the grill. This is our pork. We know it's done.
When the bone comes out, hey, here's a souvenir for the kids.
Pull our pork, little butter, diced green peppers, diced onions, black beans. Normally we'd do an egg here, but since we're doing a guy-friendly dish.
Guy-friendly.
Warm our flour tortilla to make it pliable. Load that into our tortilla.
Jay's Prairie Rose, known for these small portions.
Absolutely. Our hash brown, cheese.
And you think that that's gonna roll up into a burrito?
It will.
And now the green chili.
Cheese on top, some chives.
And all right, let me finally get some counter time.
That's a pretty good napkin.
I got it right there, am I good?
Looking good.
Pork is delicious, nice and tender and juicy. The green chili, brother, that is comfort food 101. I mean, that is welcome to Laramie. Have a nice day. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
If you leave here hungry, it's your own fault.
If you leave here hungry, it's because your jaws were out shut. All right, excellent.
Load of 7220 up.
I travel all over the world. I've never had green chili better than the green chili they have here.
It's very savory and flavorful.
So I'm here in Salt Lake City, Utah, right on Main Street, about 4 blocks from the state capitol, to check out a joint where an East Coast transplant / snowboarder / bartender has opened up a joint where he's serving his grandma's recipes. This is Maxwell's East Coast Eatery.
4-cheese ravioli in the window.
Donnie Brasco with meatballs?
All the recipes basically come from your childhood.
Yes, back to my grandma's house.
So you're back to your grandma's house.
Her restaurant was open in the 30s and the 40s, but it was the front of their house, like a lot of immigrants. All of us, all the kids learned how to roll pasta, make raviolis, gnocchi.
And grandma's recipe for a man-sized meatball.
spaghetti 10-ounce meatball.
I'm a little bit intimidated by that meatball.
Really big.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat all of that.
Making a 10-ounce meatball.
A what?
10-ounce meatball. Starts at 12, cooks down to 10.
That's how your grandmother used to make it?
No, she made me make the little tiny ones, but I'd always want to make a big one.
All right, let's get into this.
All right. Pepper, parsley, crushed red, kosher salt, oregano, basil. Finish it off with Parmesan cheese.
So all the dry comes together.
Right on.
Sitting over here, we have 80-20 ground and Italian sausage.
Right.
Okay.
Start by adding our eggs. Drop our dry Worcestershire. A little water for moisture.
Okay.
Fresh breadcrumbs.
And we're mixing this all up like a gigantic tartare salad. Okay, now how good are you at grabbing the 12 ounces of meat?
Takes years of practice.
I bet it does. Hang on. How close do you think you are?
I'm pretty close.
Going for 12 ounces.
Where are we at? 10? That's not 10. You're looking down at it. That's 12.
Oh, that's not. Look over there, pretty bird. I gotta go after that. 12. Could be a bit heavy, but we'll see. Camera shows it at 12. You know what? I'll be here all week. Okay, so the meatballs cook off in the oven, then get dropped in mama sauce.
We're gonna serve them today with spaghetti Parmesan. Finish with a little parsley.
Yeah, come on down to Maxwell's. We got meatballs the size of your head. It's got great flavor. It's very rich. Love the Italian sausage. It's everything you want in an old school Italian meatball. Max, excellent job, bro.
Chicken fried skillets up.
50s diner kind of place.
It's like a down-home country kitchen. Biscuits and gravy up.
You get a lot of food.
Here's your chicken fried skillet.
Breakfast burritos up.
The food is really, really good.
Anything you want, they have. Cake, side of bacon up.
Makes you feel like you're in your own kitchen.
Bacon tomato omelet coming.
It's a comforting place.
With a menu to match. What is comfort food to you?
Something that you can relate to that Mom used to cook.
From breakfast basics
Biscuits and gravy here is my favorite.
to Jimmy's mom's own monster caramel pecan roll.
That pecan roll is fabulous.
One of our favorites.
And now this one's become Kim Woolard's specialty.
Started out waiting tables.
And then they found out you could bake?
Never tell them that.
A lot of people come in because of her.
Pecan rolls up.
So tell me about making the pecan rolls.
We're gonna start with my yeast.
Okay.
Milk, warm water.
Help that yeast get it going.
Okay, we're getting it dissolved there. I'm gonna slap in my salt.
Slap in?
Yes, sugar.
That yeast wants that sugar.
Put in my eggs.
Okay.
Cinnamon. Because I like the way it makes the dough look speckled.
Speckled.
We're gonna slap our butter in.
A lot of slapping going on there. Okay, what next?
We're gonna put our flour in.
Okay, so you're doing a lot of eyeballing.
Yep. I'm gonna put a little more in there.
Just feeling how tacky it is?
Correct. All right, now we're gonna need.
What is that fantastic noise?
It's the oven.
Do you have it preheating for these?
Yep. I think we're good. Stick it in my pan. Push some butter in there.
Smear it around?
And do that.
So how long are we gonna let it proof?
About an hour and a half. Behold.
Proofagedness. Look at all that.
It's all warm. Let me slap a little bit of this down.
Sounds like you have a gigantic baby heart monitor going around here.
It's calling my dough. Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. Let me flour this puppy, get it ready.
You've got a lot of flour down.
Well, I've got it stuck on the table before. That's no fun.
Not pretty.
I'm gonna roll this way. Oh, that's
Look at it just working out.
It's a beaut. Let me trim it up a little bit. I just like it a little more square.
This is going to be the flavor down Carmine.
Looks like a bad squid movie. We're gonna spread some butter on there.
I like this.
It's actually kind of soothing.
Especially with the baby heart monitor going.
I know, right? So we got brown sugar. I mix cinnamon in there, and I like a lot of it. And I just kind of smear it on there.
Doesn't it look like a big Cinnamon Toast blanket?
Now I'm gonna roll this puppy together.
Look at that thing. This thing is crazy big.
Now we're gonna cut it into our roll portions.
Look at the size of that. That's ridiculous.
Now we're gonna make our caramel sauce to put in the bottom of the pan. Put in our butter. Corn syrup.
Always makes it better.
It does. Brown sugar.
Cook this down till those crystals come out.
It's gonna start bubbling here. Then it's scary hot. I'm gonna call it good.
Okay.
All right, let me grab that up there. And now the pecans. Wow. $200 right there. Jimmy, he's eating the profit. This is hot now.
Okay.
We're gonna pour in. Wow. I think we're good and covered. Now what I like to do is make a little spot for each one of my little buddies.
Whoa.
Tuck them in like that. They're ready to go in the oven. 20, 22 minutes.
You guys ready for this?
Better stand back.
I'm standing back.
These puppies are hot.
They're huge.
You're gonna see some.
Look at her. Look how excited she is.
This is my favorite part.
No way. Ah.
There you go. It's hot.
Oh, really? Look at that. Mmm. such great texture to the dough. The sugar and the caramel starts to almost candy up right on the outside of it. The pecans are rocking, and it's not just a little sprinkle dinkle. That's a fistful of pecan. Awesome. Nice job.
I got all these different awesome connections with crabs and shrimp.
And he's calling on them all to build this seafood sculpture.
I have a totem pole. All of my New Orleans favorites wrapped into one dish. It's fresh seafood, layer upon layer upon layer.
It looks like a totem pole with a crab in the middle of there.
You have got a big imagination, my
All
friend.
right. I'm gonna show you how to make the crab stuffing.
Hit it.
Some butter, celery, garlic, onions, peppers, lump crab meat, fresh out of Lake Pontchartrain, the claw meat.
And this is the stuffing that goes inside of the totem pole. Right. Next in?
Our love dust, crawfish boil, crab boil, the blackening seasoning that we made,
earlier.
Gumbo filet, a little sassafras.
Ground up sassafras leaf. A little bit of the love dust. You name these things?
Absolutely. Blackening seasoning, water, lemon juice, breadcrumbs, and then boom, there's your stuffing.
Boom, there it is.
Now we're gonna get some soft shell crabs ready for the totem pole.
And I'm a huge soft shell crab fan. When you get a chance to come down here and try true soft shell crab, done the right way, game changer. Tons of flavor.
It goes into the buttermilk, and then into our fish fry, and then into the oil. The eggplant.
Beautiful. Let me see the totem pole.
Here's that crab stuffing that we just made. Put a piece of this fried eggplant on there. More crab stuffing.
And this is hot.
Absolutely. Got some more of that. And then here comes your soft shell crab. More crab stuffing, some more eggplant. This is a cream sauce. And then hold it all together with this shrimp kebab. More sauce on that. And then we need some Parmesan cheese.
Of course we do.
Put a little greens on there.
You have issues.
Yeah.
Good ones, but issues. The batter on that crab, money.
Thank you.
I did not want to like the crab stuffing. I've never heard of it. And to me, it was just a crab cake that didn't get the love texture on the outside. But this right here works perfect. So you get this smooth, creamy texture with the crunch of the eggplant and a good piece of eggplant. And then you get the gravy. Then you get that money bite. That's like a road sign in Flavortown right there. Guys, getting it done.
The totem pole was my favorite. I love the soft shell crab. I love the eggplant.
When I first really started to learn about Cajun Creole cooking was from this guy right here. Kim Gardner, let me hear what you think.
That's good.
There you go. Kim says it's good, I'll come here. I mean, this is a little funky seafood shack. We expect this kind of food out of them?
When you look at this place, you don't, but I would drive for this.
I got a hamper, table 9.
It's our very favorite restaurant. Just heavenly goodness all the way through, every time I come.
The way you treat food and the imagination you have as a chef and the appreciation you have for fresh seafood, you're doing a great job, man.
Appreciate it.
Excellent. I heard about this family that started off in the fair business and then they went and opened a restaurant. This is Grammy's Goodies.
Coming to this place is like going to your grandma's house.
Because Grammy's is actually filled with Grandma's recipes, which Vicky Corder, her husband Jeff, and their kids first started selling at festivals. And when business boomed, they expanded to a full-fledged restaurant.
Jeff's Original Cannoli.
I feel like all the food here is larger than life.
Sauce and lasagna.
Have you seen lasagna that big?
Not before, no.
It's the cheesiest lasagna you'll ever eat.
What are we starting with?
My grandmother's Sunday sauce.
Okay.
Olive oil, pork ribs, and neck bones.
Any prosciutto?
No.
How did you know what that was?
Because I'm Italian.
You call it prosciutto in Denver?
I call it prosciutto because
Well,
I'm not
from
New
New
York. Garlic salt.
What's up next?
She made us put everything in the sauce in threes because it blessed the sauce. Father,
So one garlic.
Son, Holy Ghost.
That's a lot of garlic.
That's the perfect amount of garlic.
I thought so too. That's what I meant to say.
Onion, parsley.
What about the Father and the Son?
I'm saying it to myself.
I want to be in on it.
Crushed tomatoes, fresh basil, black pepper,
And salt.
Tomato paste goes in.
And a lot of water. And how long is this going to cook?
About 3 hours.
What's up next?
Nana's meatballs.
Is Nana different than Grammy?
No, I called her Grammy. My kids called her.
Nana.
It's half pork, half ground beef. Mix it together.
Now, she taught you these recipes by you standing next to her, or did she just throw you right in the mix?
She had horrible arthritis.
Oh,
so
really?
I was her hands. Chopped onions, soft breadcrumbs, basil, garlic,
You guys love your garlic.
parsley, Romano cheese,
Salt.
black pepper, and eggs.
How many meatballs will this make?
About that tray's worth.
Okay, good.
They're about 1/3 of a pound.
Ooh, we're really coating the pan up, huh? So we're not just gonna bake them, we're gonna also give them a little pan fry. 350 degrees, how long?
15 minutes.
Next up?
Whole milk ricotta cheese, black pepper, eggs, fresh parsley, mozzarella provolone blend, and Romano cheese.
How many layers are you making?
Probably 6.
Okay, just shout it out when you know the answer.
You make me so nervous.
I'm just standing there talking. Granted, I'm questioning
The place of my origin.
Well, that we know is just a gigantic farce. Did you see how you're trying to kick me on Triple D? All right, Vic, let's see it.
Olive oil. We line our noodles up. It's got to be 7 by 7.
It's got to be 7 by 7.
Sauce. About half the cheese on this layer.
How much of the sausage is going in there?
All of it.
That's a lot of sausage.
The family that makes it has been in business for 100 years. They were friends of my grandma.
Got it.
Noodles.
Noodles again. Sauce again. Cheese again.
Meatballs.
Oh, this should be an interesting number.
A lot of meatballs.
Well, that can't be the real way, Vic. I think
It's
I'm being
12.
told a story. 12.
It's 12.
Okay.
How many do I have in there now?
I have no clue.
Me either. Provolone. Noodles.
How long is this gonna bake? 4 years?
About 3 hours.
Whoa! That is a monster. Oh, the parsley made it healthier.
Yeah, eat your vegetables.
One small bite for man. So I know that this is the lasagna portion for the entire family. Lots of ricotta, delicious meatballs, tender pasta, dynamite sauce. You make this roll yourself also?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. This is old school American Italian, exactly the kind of lasagna I would expect to go and get at Grammy's house.